Well, there's a place I've come to know well, led by a man named Sty. He's full of stories, he is quite a guy. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy. If you're feeling lonely, come and make a friend. If you need a story, on Sty you can depend. His voice is soothing like a lullaby. Sometimes he brings a tear to my eye. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy.
Well, good evening, everybody. Hey, it's great to see y'all. Yeah, we're back. We're back. It's only been 4 days, but I'm back. I'm back. I am so happy to be back. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that 4 days seemed like a long time. Well, it was 4 days and 3 streams. I had a Sty Story Sunday and 2 Sty Times that were within those 4 days that didn't get broadcasted. So, yeah, it seemed like forever. I am so happy to be back, though. Threw extra wood on the fire for tonight. Yeah, it is awesome seeing all of you out there. Kirk Whipper, Tim showed up right away. Boy, he showed up an hour ago and said, "Hey, hi." Yeah, some people, boy, they want to get right up to that campfire. Yeah, and then Running Water, he popped in. He was down in the basement. He's driving right now, but he's going to be parking soon, and so he's down in the basement in a sense, but he'll wave at me once he gets parked somewhere. So he's looking for somewhere to put his truck in for the night, and then he'll pop up with us. And folks are just starting to file in. And then we got Kathleen Kendall. Oh, it's so good to see you, Kathleen. Adventures in the Heartland, John. Oh, hey, buddy. I can't wait. I'm sure hoping all works out. We get to spend some time together this summer, you and Jan. Oh, that would be so fun. Yeah. And then we got Go Fish Office. Have a great stream. Hope to be back later. We'll be here, Go Fish. I'm sure we're going to be here for a couple hours at least. Chasing the Reaper, James. It's awesome to see Mr. Fulton. You have a good night, Mr. Fulton. It's good to see you. Rain Dancer. Oh, hi all. It's so good seeing Rain Dancer. And we've got Eileen. Hey, Sty, and thank you, Eileen, for getting Granny's link put up there. Don't forget, Granny's, she's got a ways to go yet. Got a ways to go. If you got a couple extra bucks, there's the GoFundMe link. Eileen's popping it in the chat. That's the easiest route for you to give Granny a hand. 1, 2, 5, 10, whatever you can swing, help her out. And then we've got Mad Kiwi. Hey, good day. Don't get to see Mad Kiwi often. It's awesome. And we got Dr. Smith. It's great to see you, Dr. Smith. Lori J, hi. The No, it's not story night. It's just hanging out around the campfire tonight, Lori. Um, then we've got Maddie Spice. Hey, great to see you, Maddie. The Donald Morris. Ho ho, there's Donald. I think I'm caught up with the folks out there. Oh, there's Freeman James just popped in. There's Nicholas Green. There's my buddy. I dropped my beard. What do you mean I dropped my beard? I didn't drop my beard. It's still there. I still got my beard. The neighbor girl. Oh yeah. I I must have missed you. You must have been up the Chattaways. I must have missed you. I missed you. I did see a lot of you folks in the last 4 days over at Phil's stream. I actually caught 2 of his streams and got on panel. I was feeling good and I thought, what the heck? I'm going to try it. And I got up on Phil's panel and I got to test some. Oh, yeah, Chris, I miss you too. She said, of course I do. Hey, I want you to come out to camp this summer, Chris, and we'll do, once I've got Starlink for sure. You can come out way before I get Starlink, but once I got Starlink, I'd like to have you come out to camp and we'll do a live stream together out there. I think that'd be a blast. That'd be a blast. Well, there he is. He must have found a place to park.
Hello.
Hello. Found somewhere to put that big truck, eh?
Yeah, I'm up. I'm in Belmont, Wisconsin.
Oh, you're in Belmont. What are you doing in Belmont, Wisconsin?
Oh, I'm going to Nina.
Oh, Nina. Oh, we got Granny in the basement. There she is.
Hey, Granny.
Hi.
Hey, it's great to see you, girl.
It's great to be
What are
here.
you
I've been
doing at
running all
Nina?
day. Huh?
You've been running all
what?
day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All day.
I was lucky today. I could stay put today. Cheesehead got his first shot today. I was telling
I got
Ron. Did you get your second one?
Yeah.
I've been hounded for about the last week or two by my doctor's office to get my shot. And now the Forest Service is saying, we'd really like you to get that shot. And they said, it's really not for the clients out at the campground. It's for yourself because we don't know what them people might bring,
That's true. That's true.
So yeah, they're going to try to get me the first one before I head to camp, and then I'll have to go back. Have to go back towards the end of May for the second one. Yeah, everybody seems to be getting their shots. Hey, bacon stuffed donut. I love the channel, man. Because I could eat bacon stuffed donuts. Yeah. Crazy Ann, sweetie. Great to see you. Great to see you. Oji-san. Yeah, we got folks just coming on in. That's great. That's great. Spend some time around the campfire tonight. I can't wait to be sitting outside with a real one. I'll be doing a stream the end of the month here about what to expect in the month of May on the channel, because until I've got Starlink in camp, it's going to be, the channel's going to change a bit. It's going to change a bit. It's not that you won't see me, much, but the live streams are going to be
Right.
the biggest change. What's going to happen
Yeah.
there?
We see outdoors.
Well, until I get Starlink, I won't be able to stream except once a week.
Yeah.
And that'll have to be from home here at the studio. But once I've got Starlink, yeah, we'll be streaming. It'll be a totally different summer stream schedule, though. Some things are going to be, some of the programs are going to be delayed until after the camping season, and new streams will replace them for the summer. There'll be outdoor streams, so we'll have a blast. Once I, boy, they better get me that Starlink equipment. And that money's burning a hole in my pocket. I got the equipment money and 3 months of Starlink service just sitting there. Go ahead, bill me. That hell, you can, if you send me the equipment, you can take all 3 months. I'll pay for 6 months in advance if you want me to, just to
There
guarantee.
you go.
Yeah. The yeah, Running Water and I kind of worked out a deal. Starlink's working on it, and nobody knows really what their timeline is, but they're working on what they're calling mobile Starlink, mobile Starlink. That's going to be designed that it can actually be put on like a boat that's constantly moving, and it'll still be able to stay right on that satellite even though the vehicle's moving. And it also does it, your billing address is the address of the system, so you can go anywhere you want in the world with it and use it.
Cool.
And Running Water says once that is available, he's going to subscribe to that and get the equipment and the monthly service. And I'm going to give him my system. He's going to give me his. Because then I've got mobile Starlink. I can go anywhere with it. And he's going to use my system at his home, at his house. Mount that bugger on the roof of the shed. And he's up and sailing at home. So the Starlink service is satellite internet service. It's the best satellite internet service available.
Makes HughesNet look like dial-up.
Oh, no, they don't. HughesNet made HughesNet look like dial-up. I mean, I had HughesNet for almost 3 years out there at camp. You remember I had it out there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was worse than dial-up. I had CenturyLink dial-up in town and HughesNet out at camp. And to upload a 15-minute video, it would take 6 hours. And it better be clear skies. Because the slightest weather, your down or your upload speeds crashed. It was terrible. It was terrible. But I've been seeing more and more people are doing that have Starlink and they're using it, are starting to do more and more video reviews of their systems. And this one fella is actually pretty not far from here, and he's had it since they first allowed the beta users, and he said he's only had 2 blackouts. One was 20 minutes that he couldn't get on, couldn't hit the satellite. The other one was 12 minutes. Well, in 2 years. And people they're saying, oh yeah, once in a while you'll drop your internet, but then they're not telling you, oh yeah, there were tornado warnings or heavy thunderstorms, or we were in the middle of a blizzard, and they're not telling you that, they're just saying, oh yeah, I lost my connection, But no, overall, it's awesome. For the same, I'm only paying. I'm paying about $20 a month more for Starlink than what I pay for my Spectrum. But my upload speeds, I'm getting almost 50 over what I'm getting for download, and I'm getting 25 upload versus 15 upload from Spectrum. So for the money difference, for the $20, the additional speed, yeah. The yeah. 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 What's that, Granny?
I said it must be interesting the way you're looking at it. You done went over to porn.
Who?
Boy, he was just.
I'm trying to read the chat over here.
I know. I'm picking on you.
Yeah, and I know why, because of the way we got carried away last night over at Phil's. Yeah. Hey, Rebecca. Hi. Yeah, I got kind of wild at Phil's stream last night. But I tell you what, when you get Loopy, Lisa, and I in the same panel, yeah, it gets a little carried away. Hey, Nick, good to see you. And Jay Lawn and Hedge Cutting. Go from Spectrum to the Starlink right now. I could do it. Well, no, here's the problem with Starlink. Okay. You got to go to their website and they want your zip code. You put your zip code in and then they look to see are there slots available for your zip code, because they don't want to overburden their system. They don't have all their satellites in place yet. So they want to make sure that they have no more customers than what their system is going to be able to handle without bottlenecking and causing issues. They want it to be fast and dependable for all of their customers. So you do that, and then they'll tell you whether there's a spot available or not, and then you give them a deposit, which is $100. It's $99.99 for a deposit. Now you got that slot. The thing is, it's going to take anywhere from 2 to 5 months before you're going to receive the equipment. They are having so many people jumping on that system. They're having troubles meeting the manufacturer needs to get all of these systems manufactured and shipped out to people. So it's going over really big, and they're still that new that they're having a hard time meeting the demand. They did not see it going as crazy as it did, because knowing them, they would have had all that equipment ready, and no, they didn't have enough equipment for the demand that all of a sudden popped up. Now I would have, if I was running the outfit, I would have said, we're going to have to invest in getting a lot of equipment ready, because I bet you people are going to go nuts over this. I probably would have been over prepared. Hey, Metal Music, good to see ya. Granny's getting busy. All fit with fake. What the heck?
Well, there ain't nothing fake about this dude.
That's
These
it.
are all natural.
Yeah, all natural.
Might get some fake teeth, but I got real good.
That's right. Yep. That
I've always been embarrassed of them. They embarrass me because they're too big.
that's yeah. I just never could understand why gals are embarrassed because they're too big, or they're embarrassed because they're too small. The
What can I say? The girls tease me all the time, and they embarrass me. So now it's kind of like they're
yeah,
embarrassing me.
yeah, where it feels normal to be embarrassed, right? That,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Oh, Rebecca's watching Godzilla versus Kong. I haven't watched it yet. I gotta. Hey, bee lady, stop melting beeswax for you. Great to see you live again. I've been thinking all kinds of uses for that beeswax in camp this summer. I got it set aside over here, and well, for one thing, I'm going to use it for making fire starters. But there's so many uses for beeswax. I mean, so many uses for it. You know, when I was growing up, when you made homemade jellies, you the oh, I got to do something real quick here. But you would you didn't seal them like you do most canned goods, you know.
Right.
We always put paraffin on top of the jellies, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The and it worked just fine, you know. And you didn't have, you know, sometimes my mother would put paraffin on them, then wipe the rim, and then go ahead and put the old covers for canning on the jar in a ring. But there's paraffin, then the lid, and then the ring, you know. But I always put paraffin on our jellies. Well, we had access to a lot of beeswax one year, and my mother topped all the jellies with that beeswax. Us kids, she'd get mad. She'd say, "Quit opening a jelly before the last one's not gone, and quit running around with that beeswax chewing it." We're chewing on that beeswax like it's gum, you know. Yeah, yeah. So much you can do with it. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Jim's Man Cave. Good to see ya. Oh,
Choose man cave. Ooh.
I guess I was sitting too much today. Oh,
Ugh.
having trouble just getting comfortable tonight. Yeah, I was sick for a few days. That's why I took those 4 days off. Started new med, and hey, Plano Chuck, great to see ya. Hey, Bourbon Bonnie. But I started that new med, Jardiance. It's a diabetic medication, so you don't have to take insulin. Oh, Eileen.
Oh.
She needs her hug. She needs her hug. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. Oh yeah, there it is. There's big one. Big old hug. Big old hug.
Big old hairy hug.
And then after the hug, yeah, we'll do a jig. There you go. Eileen, you're great. But anyway, that stupid med. I took that med. This is over a week ago. I took that med for the first time. The following day, my blood sugars dropped by 100 points. It was awesome. I was just thrilled. The next day, it was still down by that 100 point. It really did drop my sugars down by 100 points and then kept it at a plateau. 4 days into taking that med, I started getting some of the worst side effects I've ever had from a medication. Oh, hey, Nick. Hi, Nick.
Hello, hello.
Hey,
Good
Nick.
to see ya.
You right, Granny? How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
God, Mick, Granny, you're looking sexy lately.
Well, hey,
Right, running water.
The- yeah. Oh, Killer Creations. That's great. Yeah, I'm glad that you're enjoying it over here, Killer. That's but I'll tell you what, that med I was taking, when those side effects kicked in, it's like I told Running Water, for lack of any better description, I was peeing out of my face.
oh Lord.
These
Yeah, I do, lady.
these big, there's 160 Kleenex in one of these boxes. I went through 4 of these boxes in 3 days. It was constant. I had to have a Kleenex in my hand constantly because my nose was running just like water, just like a faucet. It was just running constantly. And I was crashing from dehydration. It was terrible. And then I'd have sneezing fits where I'd sneeze 10, 15 times in a row,
Oh,
nonstop, just achoo, 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 and bad sneezes. I couldn't believe it. But I kept taking that med and going, oh, these blood sugars are so nice. And I get Jesus. And I just got them taking out a bag full of Kleenex every day to the dumpster. And finally, it had weakened my system to the point because of the dehydration. And I was drinking fluids constantly, just constant. I was drinking about 1.5 gallons of water per day, along with my 3 pots of coffee, and I was still dehydrating. And so I hadn't talked to my doctor, but I said, "What the heck? I'll just quit it." I decided I'm going to have to take this break because I can't do a live stream. The day I decided to take the break, I could not have done a live stream. I would have just had my emoji up here because you couldn't sit here and watch me trying to keep up with that water running out of my face. So I quit the med. That same day I quit the med, by that afternoon, I could feel the symptoms lessening.
wow.
By the following day, I would say by 6 o'clock that evening, the symptoms were virtually gone. So it was definitely the med. It was definitely the med. Now I talked to my doctor and I told her, I said, I'm really disappointed because that damn med worked so good, except it screwed me up so bad, you know. And so she told me to take 2 weeks, don't touch that med again, take 2 weeks, and then start it again. But the second I feel any of those types of side effects, quit. She said, you might have kind of jump-started your system to recognize it, and you try taking it again, you may not get those symptoms back. And she said, but the second you feel anything coming on from it, stop it. And so that was disappointing because if I can't get those sugars under control, then I'll be back on the shots, the insulin. And yeah. Could I catch it? Get out of the way. My nose is running. Adventures in the Heartland saying, just wait till this spring videos. I see steaks on the grill. Oh, I'm gonna be grilling a lot this summer. Oh no, bee lady, I was drinking 1.5 gallons of water plus the equivalent of probably close to 1 gallon of coffee every day. And that was not keeping up with how much fluids I was getting rid of. And that med, it's not considered a side effect because that's what the med's supposed to do. You have to run to the bathroom more often. It was not more often enough that it made it really inconvenient, but you definitely had to run to. You had to go to the bathroom more often because what it does is that med doesn't allow the sugars to get into your bloodstream. It keeps them in the fluids in your body, and it expels them. That med can be really hard on your kidneys. If your kidneys aren't healthy, you don't want to be on that med. But yeah, there was no way I could take enough fluids in to keep up with the fluids coming out. New Year resolution is to have steak on the grill at camp with Sty North. There you go. There you go. You betcha. Let's throw some steaks on the grill. No, coffee doesn't. Coffee doesn't dehydrate you.
How's your husband doing, Granny?
He's doing much better. They're gonna kick him out on Saturday.
Excellent.
Oh, wow.
So I got nowhere to take him, so I guess he's gonna come down here with me.
Really?
He says he don't care. He'll come down here with me.
It's not like the comforts of home, but he's going to be a lot more comfortable being by you,
Yeah, because I'll be spoiling his ass.
That's it. You'll be checking on him so damn much that, yeah.
I'll be right in here with him. We can't go in the rest of the trailer, so.
Oh, John, good for you. Good for you. I'm glad that's, yeah. Yeah, John had a bunch of dental work and he's getting his teeth tomorrow. That's awesome.
No, he's not staying with my daughter because he hasn't had his shot yet and he don't want to be exposed to a bunch of people coming in and out.
Well, I've had a nice evening.
Mm.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, they had the fire brigade at my house.
Oh Lord!
Why?
I was trying to burn some stuff in my back garden. It wouldn't go up, so I put 3 litres of petrol on it.
Mm.
Burn it up quick. Yeah.
Well, I'm not bothered. It set fire to half my garden, so I don't have to cut the grass now. Ah, sod it.
Oh yeah, Bourbon Bonnie. Yeah, I've done beer chickens quite a few times. Yeah. Like take a full can of beer, pop it open, shove it up the hind end of that chicken, and stick them in the smoker. Stick them in the smoker, and that's something I'm looking at. I might buy a smoker for out at camp.
That'd be nice. I'm doing okay, Andrew.
Hey Andrew, good to see you. That's one thing I'm hoping to do sometime during the summer out there at camp is I'm going to do a tent smoker over the fire pit and smoke some jerky out there. So,
oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm liable to show up at your camp. So, surprise, it's Ernestine Bass. You'll say, oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Oh, well. What the hell?
Oh, yeah. I could imagine seeing it now. Blooming Sty and Granny, they'll be like the blooming hillbillies. That'll be fun.
If you see a big white van driving towards your camp, you're going to know.
Oh yeah, I'd know Sally the minute I saw her coming up the road.
Yeah.
That campsite, well, yeah, actually, the Forest Service truck, I can squeeze that over to the side. There'd be plenty of room to back Sally in there.
Well, probably got another week to go at least. I'm thinking maybe by the end of next week. Pray, please. I need Sally back so bad.
Yeah, it'd be so nice.
If I had Sally, I could have went and got my husband myself, but
Oh
he's
yeah,
going to ride back with me. So
yeah.
How's your cleanup going, Granny?
it's coming slow, but it's going. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you can see some progress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm seeing progress.
All you'll have to do is just get e-waste mate there, give him a chili and tell him to fart on it. He's
Yeah.
got that much plumbing gas in him.
He'd light it back up.
No, I don't have room for a 36-footer bee lady, but we have campsites there that'll hold a 36-footer. My site doesn't have room for my trailer, my truck, the Forest Service truck, another vehicle, and a 36-foot camper. That's I don't know of any sites in any of our campgrounds up here that have room for that much, backed into one site. But we have sites there at the campground that I think we've got 4 or 5 sites that'll handle up to 40-footer. The bee lady's already packing.
You got tent sites?
Tent sites?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, actually,
Right, I'm coming.
in my campground, you can use any site for tent camping. You're allowed to use any site because they don't have, they're not like pads for
Right.
the RVs. They just back them in because there's enough space in the campsite. The yeah, no, yeah, there's that's the thing. What the campground I'm in is all but 2 of the campsites have to be reserved before you get there. Otherwise, you just can't set up. You just can't set up. Yeah, a trailer. Yeah, a tow behind. We have one tent site at my campground. It's a long walk in, boy. It's I'd say about 500-600 feet from the road. You hike into, and it's a tent site, and it's all by itself. It's out of the actual proper campground. It's all by itself. It's right on the lake. It's a beautiful site. And if you got like a 2-wheeled cart or something, or one of them rubber tired wagons to haul your gear in there, that is a sweet site. Now, I've camped in that site a few times and loved it. I just loved it.
Those are the kind of sites I like.
Yeah, because you don't have neighbors. You don't got anybody around you. And yeah, you're all by yourself there. And you're right on the water. Yeah. Hey, Bourbon Bonnie.
Hey, Cindy.
All shotgun for the after party. The thing is well, with the handicap tags don't do anybody any good in Forest Service campgrounds. Some sites they're not designated handicap. They're considered accessible sites because they're closer to the restrooms. But they don't have handicap specific sites so that handicap tags don't come in handy. But being a vet does, because you can get the veterans pass, cost you $20, and your campsite goes to half price by having that card. That's like me. My campsites, when I pay for my campsites, it's only $7.50 a night for a campsite versus the $15 at these campgrounds. Now I do have a
Is any of your
campground.
campsites natural, Sty?
What's that?
Is any of your campsites a natural campsite?
Natural?
Yeah, nudist.
Oh no, no.
I won't be going to it then.
Yeah. You know, you come up here to Wisconsin and hang out for a while and take a look at the people around here. You wouldn't want them kind of campsites anyway.
Oh.
You know, the thing is, in the summer when all the gals are laying out here at the beach, along the beach, on the shoreline, you have people running through yelling, "Save the whales, save the whales," Yeah.
Bloody hell, my ex-missus gets around then.
Yeah, it looks like National
Hey, Board
Geographic.
Sort. Good to see you, Board Sort.
Yeah, our beaches
Hey,
kind of look
Sty.
like National Geographics when they talk about the sea lions out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sty.
Yes, sir.
How do you circumcise a redneck?
What the heck? You're asking the wrong guy.
You kick his sister in the mouth.
Oh my God. Oh, Nick, don't even try to beat that one tonight. That is so bad. Oh no. Oh boy.
How do people take offense to that? Don't give a shit. It's a joke.
Plano Chuck wants to know where you're at. You in Belmont?
Hey, me.
You.
Me, Wisconsin.
Oh,
Southwestern corner of Wisconsin. Going up to Appleton, Oshkosh area, up to Neenah.
Neenah.
Yeah, I got a load of manhole covers.
What?
Yeah, they come out of Dieter Foundry, but they're already stamped with Neenah on them.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, they're made out of iron.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought manhole covers. I thought you're hauling a truckload of butt plugs or something,
Flatbed full of condoms.
Hey, Cindy, it's good to see ya.
Well, there's Board Sort.
Yeah, Board Sort's there. Great to see y'all. It's great to see y'all. Yeah, I'm all excited, man, I'm stressed though, man. I've got 3 weeks as far as I'm concerned to get everything done, sorted, packed. I gotta do some things in the trailer. I gotta get everything packed in the trailer, locked up in there, plus get the truck full and locked up, because the day I head to camp, I want to be able to have the trailer hooked up to the truck and it parked out here on the street, get up that morning, fix myself a cup of coffee, fill my thermos, head out to the truck and just leave. I don't want to be hauling nothing. I don't want to be doing nothing. I just want to camp. And I only got about 3 weeks to get myself to the point where I can say I'll be able to do that. So it's going to be a busy 3 weeks. And I got my new generator. I got my 3500 Predator generator. I'm going to love doing a review on that, getting that all fired up out of camp. And I couldn't help myself. While they were in the warehouse getting my generator, I walked around the store. Oops. Bought myself a nice 16-inch 40-volt Atlas electric chainsaw. And I got what they call a 4080 battery for it. It's an 80-volt battery, but it only puts out, it'll charge to the 80-volt level, but it'll only put out the 40 for the saw, but it'll run the saw 2.5 times longer than it will on a 40-volt battery. It's like strapping 2 40s to it. And the nice thing about it is you're not allowed to run a gas chainsaw in a National Forest Service campground, inside the campground, but you can run an electric. And so, yeah, I'll be bucking wood right there in camp. I told them they should have been a little quicker with getting that generator out to me. I would have saved myself a couple $100, you know.
They're probably just standing around the corner watching you look at stuff like, yeah, no, not yet. He's going to grab more stuff.
Well, that's it. And I think I had 4 different people ask me, are you sure there's not something else you would like today? I told each one of them the same thing. Yeah, I'd like to get the hell out of here while I still got enough to eat at McDonald's. You know? Jesus. Because the generator is $850, you know. That is one of the best investments I think I've ever made, though. Oh, yeah, P Lady, it's 43 miles, exactly 43 miles from my parking lot to my campsite. 43 miles. So it takes me about an hour to get there, hour to get back. So once a week, I'll run up here to do my live stream and back down there. And it's going to have to be on Wednesday nights. If I don't have Starlink, while I don't have it, I'll be doing a live stream every Wednesday night, because that's the one night of the week in a campground that it's the quietest. It seems like everybody wants to show up between Thursday. They show up on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays, and they're all the hell out of there by Monday.
Yeah. By
midday Monday, they're all gone. And then you get the stragglers coming in. That you got people that spend the whole week, you know, but the host really needs to be there Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays, those 5 days. So I got Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So probably what I'll do is I'll head out very early Wednesday morning, come back to camp early Thursday morning. So Starlink better get this show on the road. That's the way I feel. That's the Starlink is my missing link. That's the only thing that hasn't 100% panned out for me. Everything else is good. If any of you saw me on Phil's stream last night, that equipment, everything I used in his stream goes to camp. The monitor I was using is brand new, got it yesterday. The webcam I was using, got that yesterday. My lavalier, my wireless microphone, which is awesome because I can clip the microphone in my beard, underneath my beard here, and it comes through just fine.
That's cool.
I can walk up to 300 feet line of sight away from the computer, and it sounds like I'm sitting right here at the microphone. So that'll be fun out at camp for doing videos and the like. I can walk around doing live streams. I can get up, walk over, throw another log on the fire, and you guys will see me walk over there, put the log on the fire, and I can talk to you and hear you as if I'm sitting right at the studio. So that's great. So all that gear is there. I got all that equipment. Everything's here except a couple of small items. I've got, you know, the canopies you see like at flea markets or carnivals, you know. I'm getting one of those. I found one of those that's perfect. It's tall enough that if I want, I can put it against the side of my trailer, and my trailer door will open up, and I can walk right into it. That'll be my outside studio. That you have to pack all of that stuff up every Wednesday. No. I don't haul nothing home. What I do is everything goes in the trailer, or it's cabled or chained to the trailer. That's the thing. If somebody wants to steal my kayak, they want to steal my generator, any large item, they're going to have fun. It's going to take them a good 45 minutes of hacksawing to try to get it uncabled or unchained from the trailer. But if they don't look and all they want to do is try to steal the trailer and they chain up to that and take off, guess what? They're going to be dragging a generator and a kayak behind them. You think the cops will think that's odd? Yeah. And I
I'm
doubt
going to get
that
me head down, Sty. Good night.
Night,
You
Nick.
betcha. You take good care of yourself, Nick. The tongue on my trailer's got an anti-theft lock on it. There's nobody going to steal it anyway unless they chain up to it and drag it off. And plus when I'm gone with my personal truck sitting there right in front of that trailer, that would be the other thing that would deter them. I want to know how they're going to move that 3/4 ton Ram pickup truck, Forest Service, with the Forest Service emblems on it. How they're going to drag that out of the way to steal the trailer or anything else. So it's, yeah. Plus, when I'm not there, the Forest Service stops in about every 4 hours to check on the campground for me. So it's very safe. It's very safe.
I should have dug out some of those fake surveillance camera pods I've got. Just stuck those out there.
The what?
They look like your standard cameras, like on the outside of Walmart, but it's just the case and it has just a red LED light. There's nothing in it. It's no actual camera, but it's for you to stick on stuff so it looks like it's under surveillance.
Oh, yeah.
I got like 4 of those up in the attic. Telling Joe, it's like, we'll put those around the house. No one will mess with us.
Yeah. They figure, well, I'm being watched. Yeah. The Ram truck that I'll be getting, I'm not sure. If I understood right, it's like a 2008. What they are, they're Forest Service trucks that have been retired from their fleet, and they let the Forest Service volunteers use the older trucks that they're retiring out of the fleet. And hi, Kathy. Big smiles.
Hey, Kathy.
Yeah, no, and that's why I would drive up here, Bee Lady, very early in the morning, but after the sun's up, and then I spend the night. I do my live stream for 2, 3, 4 hours once a week. I get a good night's sleep, and I head right back down the next morning, and all's good. I'm not driving at night, and it's all good. It's only an hour trip, And in the mornings, it's nice because 4 miles from my campground is the town of Clam Lake. And there really isn't a lot there. There's a motel, there's 2 bars, and a convenience gas station kind of place. And, they got great food there, too, at that little convenience store, man. They got all the local butchers, that specialty bratwursts and stuff like that. You know, stuff that the campers really love, you know. And all the snacks in the world. And they got some of the best strudel you ever ate. Oh, yeah. And so on my days that I head home, I just run that 4 miles down there. I'll grab my breakfast there. And yeah, have a nice hot cup of coffee and something to nibble on for breakfast and head home and do it again on a quick trip myself on the way back, because there ain't nothing like that in Ashland. So
Well, and if I time out my home time, I can get you Chinese then on that Wednesday when you come into town.
oh, dinner at New China. Ooh, now you're getting me excited. And my landlord here, they still don't like the idea of what I'm doing, but they know I got them over the barrel. In the lease, it says we're not allowed to be out of our apartments more than 7 days without notifying the landlord. Okay, fine. So you tell them I'm going to be gone for the next 10 days. But if you're gone more than 14 days, you have to have written permission you have to put in a written request. They'll give you written permission to be gone more than 14 days. I told them, I said, I'm giving you my notice. I gave it to them in writing that I'm going to be gone for 4.5 months. And they responded with, well, we're not going to allow that. I said, you don't have no right to tell me what I can do with my personal life.
Yep.
And they said, well, no, the lease says you have to have our permission, and we're just not going to give it to you. I said, well, then try to evict me, because I love to get in front of the judge, because I already talked to 4 people that live in this building that leave for the full winter. They go to Florida. 3 of the 4 go to Florida. 1 goes to Texas every year without written permission, and you allow it. Well, but I said, no, yeah, you can stick that right in your butt. Tell me I got to have written permission. You allow those 4 to do that every winter for years? No. I want to go in front of the judge then. You try to evict me for that shit. So now they're backing off. So the bee lady says, you tell them. Well, you know, and that's it. You know, just treat people equally, for God's sakes. Hey, Mike's Outdoors and Adventures. Good to see ya.
Well, and from a landlord, point of view, as long as the bills are paid, what does it matter if they're there or not?
Yeah.
Someone wants to pay for it and they're not using it. That's even better.
Well, and I tried to explain that to him. I said, I'm paying the rent, as if I'm here. I said, but my rent includes all the utilities. Guess what? For 4.5 months, there's going to be 1 freaking light on in this whole apartment.
Yep.
And it's equal to about a 20-watt bulb, that little fluorescent light that's on. I said, so you have no utility costs for my apartment. No water and sewer, because nobody's flushing that toilet or taking showers, washing dishes. None of that. Nothing is running in here at all for all that time. So all it is you're getting that rent money and you have no expenses, no out of pocket. Yep. And you're telling me I shouldn't do that for you? You're a bunch of morons. I know a guy that's got a mini storage, all these mini storage garage things, and he says, I got 6 of them that they pay the rent on them every single month, and they ain't got nothing in them. There ain't nothing in them, but they're paying for it because they figure someday I'm going to need that storage unit, and they're so hard to find when you need one. So they're just renting them so they always have one in case. He says, I'm thrilled, man. It's a clean, empty unit, and they're paying the rent. What do I care? What do I care? That's right.
Though, I was gonna say, you want to have one of those one of my security cameras that I have, the one that I usually have in the front window.
How's
So you
that
got
work?
it just connects up to your home internet.
Oh,
It
well,
hooks up
see,
to
I
the
did.
Wi-Fi. So
Well,
when you're away, you'd be able to access it and see what's going on in your apartment.
bring it up again once I got Starlink.
Right.
See, that's what I got to look at is I got to see if Starlink. I got to look at the specs, find out how much wattage it requires. So how long will my deep cycle batteries last if I'm gone and I got Starlink up and running? If I'm away from the campsite. But one thing I won't do is when I leave and I'm going to be gone for hour, like overnight, that Starlink unit's going right in that trailer and getting locked up. I'm not leaving that dish sitting out there. There ain't no way in hell. Somebody will either take it or trash it, Hey, wrestle whatever with Paul MDB. Good to see ya. Hi. Hey, we're at the hour mark. I gotta do this. I gotta do this for all of my wonderful members. They pay for it, so I'm gonna show it. Check all these people out. They're great channels, every one of them. Here they are. It only takes about a minute. Yeah, and we'll still be here, so don't you guys go anywhere either. Nobody. Stay put. You got your orders. Here
Yes,
they
sir.
are. Yes, sir. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, and right there, hey, Mike's Outdoors and Adventures is now a hiker. Thank you. Thank you. That is so awesome, brother. That is so cool. Welcome to the crew. Welcome to the crew. And your memberships, they go a long ways. That's what supports me in doing things like this 4-month hosting position. They don't pay me, and memberships, that's what gives me products to review. That's what helps cover all of the overhead costs. The that money is used to help other channels and this channel continually provide content. That's what it's for. I don't live off of YouTube money at all. I've got an income to live off of. And YouTube money just helps out, helps do the extras, go a little further. Actually, out of some of the equipment purchases, I put my personal budget aside because some of the things I'll get personal use out of also, like the generator that was $850, but I kicked 600 of that into it and 250 from the YouTube side. from the YouTube channel, because I do things personally too, not just YouTube. So that generator's going to go a long ways to make my life comfortable. And you guys shouldn't have to pay to make my life comfortable. So I figure $250 worth of the investment goes towards the streaming I'll be doing with that generator. Ta-da! And then my monitor and my webcam, thanks to all my supporters, was provided by the channel. That was $135 for a monitor, and I bought a generic. I mean, this is a terrible generic webcam, and it's as good as the one I'm using right now. That I paid almost double what I paid for this generic one. So, but YouTube bought that for me. Not YouTube. You on the tube bought me that. I don't give YouTube any credit. I give you on the tube the credit.
Hey, old country.
Oh, thanks. Hey, B lady, there's going to be a lot of video work this summer. Hang on tight. Hang on tight. Yeah, see, now here at the house, I've got a 65-inch widescreen TV, personal, I didn't buy that with YouTube money or nothing. And I got a 46-inch flat screen next to it. That was one I bought that from my youngest boy for $100. And those were my computer screens, right? And I got a PlayStation 3 hooked up to the 46-inch. I got a PS4 hooked up to the 65-inch. And this monitor, I'm in a little trailer for the whole summer. I was going to put that 46-inch bugger in that trailer. And then I started thinking, do I really? And it's heavy. It's not a plasma, but it is heavy. And I thought, do I want to manhandle that thing? Plus, I can't take that outside, put it under a canopy, and have an outdoor studio with that big bugger, having to haul that out of the trailer every time I want to stream from outdoors. So I got this nice monitor. This monitor is sweet. It tips up to 45 degrees back and forth. It's really nice. And it's got a telescopic base. I can raise the screen up and down a full 14 inches up and down. So I love it. It's an awesome monitor. But guess what? Has anybody heard of this crap before? Hey, old country farming, congrats on your job. Yeah, he just got it. He's been hoping for this job, and he got it. He got the job. Congratulations. Everybody congratulate him. That is so yeah. Anyway, where the hell was but I figured it out now with all my equipment. I've got cabling. I just this is one of them. You always, redundancy, that comes with bushcrafting, I guess. Yeah. Two is one is none. Well, I got three of these. I've got enough HDMI cable. I can get 32 feet away from my trailer and set up. I'll be able to go all the way out to the fire pit and set up my system when the weather's good and live stream right at the fire pit if I want,
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, so I got 3 HDMIs. It's not delivered yet, but I got this booster that boosts the signal up to 50 feet away. So, and it's got 2 jacks in it, an HDMI and a 3.0 USB. And through those, because I've got the lavalier wireless, I'll be able to bump the signal enough to run my monitor and my camera from over 40 feet away from the trailer. So, and that wasn't a very expensive thing either. There's Spicy in the chat. I wonder why he'd be in the chat. You know, is it because I've been leaving him sit down here?
Hey, Spicy.
Yeah, he's nodding his head. I was wondering, that old fucker mad at me or something?
Spicy.
What's up?
Hey, it's good to see you, Phil.
Running water, Sty, everyone. How's everyone?
All right.
Made it.
Made it. That was
What's up, Mike's Outdoors and Adventures? What's up, man?
yes. It's so good to see Mike over here. He became a hiker tonight.
Ye lady, yeah, he joined my channel yesterday too.
That's great. It's great to have him as a member. And don't forget, Mike, you can use those special emojis now in the chat whenever you want. Yeah.
What's up, B lady?
Yeah, we got a couple of real cute ones in our set of emojis of Anne and Samantha there. You know, there's E-Waste Mike. He's
a real cute one of me there too.
Yeah, you're cute, all right. You're so fucking cute. I don't. Yeah.
That's like, oh, Timmy crapped on the floor. Ain't that cute?
Ain't that cute?
What's up, Jason the Reaper? James, how you doing, man?
I wish I had enough members that I got a bunch of extra emojis, because there's folks additional folks I'd like to pop up there, but you only get so many emojis for so many members of your channel. So.
Yeah. Hey, crazy Ann. Crazy lady.
Crazy lady.
Crazy lady. I call her crazy lady.
Oh, there. Mike's just pound them out there, Mike. You go for it. You notice he puts Anne and Samantha and a cougar in between the two.
There you go.
What are you trying to imply, Mike?
Well, neither one of them would be a cougar. Both of them are,
Oh yeah. They're actually they're quite young cougars.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cougars to 20-something-year-olds, but
Yeah. Be careful where you go with stuff like that, Phil.
Safe, Phil. I left you a piece of pizza in the refrigerator for you today.
He left me. What was that? Was that strawberry cheesecake?
Yeah. What the hell are you talking about?
He just trying to get you to go look in your fridge. I damn near did. He left a comment at the beginning of the stream that, hey, Sty, I left you a piece of strawberry cheesecake in the refrigerator for dessert tonight. And I was so tempted. April Fools. Yeah. I was so tempted to get up and look, It was just, I don't know why they have an April Fool's Day, because we manage to make fools of ourselves every day on here,
I played a prank on one of my coworkers yesterday, and it ended today, believe it or not. So I have a guy I work with. Few years ago, I put some stuff on his car, and he drove around with it. It had his picture on it, just making fun of him, and ever since I did that, he now, when he leaves work, he walks behind his car to make sure there's nothing on the back of it. Even on my days off, he says he does it. So I hadn't done it in a while, really long time, because last time or two I did it, he caught it. So, he walks up to his vehicle from the passenger side, goes around the front, goes around, peeks around the back, because his vehicle's parked a couple feet away from the wall, peeks around back, and then goes and gets in the car. So I got a full piece of paper, and on the piece of paper it says, now he's right now he's recognizing or doing something for Lent, and one of the big things that he drinks is Mountain Dew. So he's given up Mountain Dew for Lent. So on the back of his car, I put a sign that says, "We'll give head for Mountain Dew."
Yeah. Oh, you are so.
But I had to put it right by just below his taillight, and just covered up part of his hatch, so that when you look from the driver's side around, it's all the way kind of almost where it starts to begin to angle away to that side of the car.
Uh-huh.
And I was out of my car and I saw him do it. Look, and then he got back in his car, and I'm thinking, all right. And then he drove off, and I'm like, oh, So then he doesn't message me or anything. So I figure I got him. He found it. Wasn't going to give me the satisfaction of knowing that I got him until lunch today. Today he goes out to lunch with the Taco Bell. And he says, well, instead of getting a pop, I'll just get a water out of the back of his vehicle. He goes around to the back of his vehicle, open his hatch, and he sees it.
Oh.
So he'd been driving around with it somewhere right around 16 to 18 hours with it on the back of his vehicle. So,
yeah. Hey, Exploring Ginger, good to see you.
What's up, Exploring Ginger? So
that's so bad. That is so bad.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I did mine today, and I figured one was enough. Okay, it's the 1st, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my rent is due on the 1st, and you only have till the 5th. If you haven't paid it by the 5th, they tack an extra $20 on your rent, right? So I paid my rent this morning. The little bit I paid this morning, I paid them the difference this afternoon. I give them a check for $10. And in the memo, I go, that's all this place is worth.
Oh, no.
Hey, Bradley.
They didn't even call me. They were pounding on my damn door at 11 o'clock this morning. Boom, 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 boom. And I had just got back in the apartment. Not 10 minutes before they were pounding on my door, I went back down there and dropped the rest of my rent in the slot.
Some people don't find this crap like that funny.
And they're that gal at Running Water knows her, Kelly Taylor. She's holding that check in her hand, and she goes, "This is bullshit." She goes, "Tearing this up and going to pretend you never did that or said that." And I go, "You haven't checked the rent box since probably about 8:30 this morning, have you?" She says, "No, that's the first thing I do is check the rent box." And I opened yours up, and that's what was in there, $10. Are you kidding me? And I go, "But that's all this place is worth." And she said, "If you don't come up with the rest of that money by the 5th, she says, you're getting fined that extra $20, $30, whatever it is." And I said, "I got it covered." I said, "Just go downstairs and check your rent box again." Then she called me and she goes, "April fucking Fools to you too." And I started laughing, and she goes, "Watch your thermometer." And I go, watch my thermometer.
Uh-oh.
And she goes, "Yeah, things happen, don't they? And we'll talk to you later. Bye." Click. It's about 68 in here right now, and it's been fucking 80 degrees all winter in here. They fucking shut the heat off in the fucking building early. So everybody's paying for my prank. She said, "Fuck them, we'll make them freeze a little bit."
Wow.
And I thought that was funny. So I look, and I got a text on my phone. It's from her, and she says, "The heat's back on." She said, "So go ahead and break the rules, you old ass, and open your windows." Fuck you. So I figured I had enough April Fools today, because the get evens can sometimes backfire.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's chilly in here.
Oh, I tell you, when I was going full blast when I first got to this new job, because there were some people there that knew me and knew my prankster ways, man. I get somebody, but they get me back and be like, "Ooh, that one's smart." So it's like, you just know when you get someone good, they're gonna get you good back. And it gets ugly at times. It really does.
It can get real ugly. I had someone do that at where I was working, and I had the first series original, the old 1000 Honda Goldwings, and they weren't all tricked out like the newer Goldwings, the 1200s and the larger ones. But mine had been worked up. I lowered the bike, and I got some really nice retro bags for it, and fairing, and that was hey. But that bike was sweet. Well, this guy at work, he drove around in this little frickin' old Volkswagen that ran on vegetable oil. He went around to all the McDonald's and Arby's and everywhere, and he'd pick up their waste oil, and he burned it in that little Volkswagen diesel. And I'm not kidding you. I thought that was a joke, but no, it's true. When someone's burning that shit, you can tell which restaurant that tank of fuel's from by standing behind that car when it's running. And so we were putting signs on the back of his car like you have a habit of doing. Things like, back off, I've got gas, and signs like that, because his car stunk like the vents at a fast food restaurant, Well, these, I don't know what the barbecue was for, but they had made these great big signs of these hamburgers and hot dogs, or like it was some kind of corrugated, kind of almost like plywood, but thinner. And they had them all painted up as burgers and hot dogs and fries and shit. And they were all stored behind our building where I work. And they had these ropes on them that they used to tie them out so they wouldn't blow over. Well, that whole event was done, and I heard they're going to just throw them in the dumpster or something. So I tied a hot dog and a hamburger to the back end of his fucking Volkswagen, and I'm standing out in the accounting office looking out the windows. At the end of the day, he gets in his Volkswagen, takes off, and that hot dog and hamburger, he's going down state highway, and those two are up in the air just flying.
Oh God.
They weren't dragging, they went airborne like kites, and they're just flying all over. Well, he knew who did it. I rode my motorcycle to work about a week or two after that. I took off on my bike. Everything was fine. The parking lot, probably about 50 feet to the entrance going out onto the street. I get all the way across that parking lot, and the loudest fucking racket you ever goddamn heard. Where the hell he got that many of the galvanized maybe 2 gallon water buckets, mop buckets? There's about 15 of them suckers tied to the back of my bike. And I'm already up to about 30, 35 miles an hour. And I hear all this ruckus way the fuck back there. And I thought, Jesus Christ. What went through my mind is I'm getting the fuck out of here, because whatever that is, they're going to want me to fix that problem. I'm going home, man. I whipped out onto the state highway, and that noise was getting louder, and it seemed to be right. I thought somebody's following me, and they got a bad problem with their vehicle. So I'm looking in the mirrors, and then I realized it's about 40 feet behind me. He ran this big, long fucking rope to them things so that I got all the way onto the highway, and I'm dragging them fuckers down the highway, and there's people standing out in their yards pointing and laughing. Motherfucker. I untied that fucking rope and let go of it. So I don't know if somebody either ran them fuckers over, or else they stopped and threw them off the side of the road, because I wasn't going to deal with it. Oh, that pissed me off. But payback's a bitch, Everybody for days. Hey, Sty, heard you got married the other day. Yeah, you went driving by with all the tin cans behind your motorcycle. Yeah, fuck off.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was 5 of us drivers here that got dispatched last year. You know, that they were our dispatch and office guys. They're at a training for about half a week, so they're doing everything remotely. They're not in the office. They're just giving us these long runs to do. Well, the guys were talking about, how are we going to prank how are we going to prank them? For April Fools. They left us to run everything ourselves. We got to prank them. They're coming up with stuff to do in the office. I'm like, no, you don't want to do anything in their office. I said, that's the best thing to do. I said, I'll be right back. I ran down to Walmart. I got, the heavy duty tinfoil and a bunch of shower caps. We took and put them on the transponder deal on the trucks. So when the truck can't broadcast, they don't have our position, and it only shows our last status of duty status. So it's showing all of us are off duty, and we're all sitting like 5 miles down the road, and we're supposed to be in California by now. They thought they're all hanging out the truck stop that we're late for this. No, we're already. Our logs are updating.
Yeah,
on our end.
But their
GPS
isn't recording, so they don't know where the hell you are. Well, they think they know where you are. They're not
getting the signal from it. Yeah, because our GPS worked and logged everything correctly for us, but they don't get that signal, so they think we're just sitting in town. We're supposed to be 1,800 miles away.
Wow.
All of the phones are blowing up 7 o'clock in the morning. What the hell is going on? Why are you guys still there? It's like, what? We delivered. We're done.
Yeah, we're all done. What's your problem?
Yeah, I'm hopping out, knocking on trucks. I'm like, quick, pull the stuff off.
Oh, I tell you, here's a prank, and it wasn't on April Fool's, and it should have. If it would have worked out to be April Fool's Day, that would have been great. But I'm sitting in a Flying J truck stop in Ogden, Utah, and I drove for Weather Shield, and we were not allowed, us drivers were not allowed to be in the same truck stop together. If you saw a Weather Shield truck in a truck stop when you pulled in, you had to go find another place. You were not, that was one of the terms of our employment. Drivers cannot be in the same location together unless it's a delivery point or a pickup point. Well, I pulled into Ogden, and I didn't see that other Weather Shield truck. And I walked into the restaurant. I'm hungry. It's early morning. And I see a guy sitting there, and he's wearing a Weather Shield jacket. And I recognize him. Oh, I know that guy. People complain about him. He's kind of like an asshole, and he's a big flirt with this one gal in our dispatch office, Cheryl. She was the right-hand person to our safety manager, the top dog, right? So he just loved Cheryl. Oh, he wanted Cheryl. I decided, what the heck? I went over and I sat in his booth, and he goes, oh my God, we're not supposed to be in the same place. I said, oh, relax. How the hell do they know if we're in the same place? They're back in Wisconsin. We're in Utah. They don't know that we're eating in the same place. And he looks at his watch and he goes, oh, shit, we got to call in. Well, you had to call in by 9 o'clock in the morning, no matter what. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll call in. And then you can call in 10 minutes after me. They won't know that we were at the same place. Oh, okay, that'll work. So, and they got the phones right in the booths, and I picked the phone up, call my dispatcher, and I go, hey, hi, good morning. Well, I was pretty good friends with our dispatcher. Now, His name was Norbert Brost, and this guy was a monster. But you did not want to piss him off. You wanted him to be your friend, you know. And biggest, meanest dispatcher in the world, you know. And he didn't take no crap from his drivers at all. Well, I could talk to him like he's just my bestest friend, you know. And I just, oh, well, good morning. I hope you're having a sweet day. And Norbert's on the other side. He goes, don't try yucking up to me, Sty. He says, you're always up to something. I go, no, really. I tell you what, talking to you in the morning really makes my day. That other driver leans over the table and real quiet. He goes, is that Cheryl? And I'm going, oh, yeah. And I keep talking. I said, yeah, I can't. Oh, I told him. I said I'm en route. I just stopped at a little gas station here to use the phone. I'm en route. I'm headed to Loveland, Colorado, and Norbert goes, good. You're making good time. He says, well, you have a good day, and he said, just stay safe out there. And I go, hey, you won't believe it. Another one of our trucks had just pulled in. Once I'm done with you, I'm out of here. But one of our trucks just pulled in. Let me get him, and he can do his morning call in too. I said, he'd love to talk to you. He would just love it. And he's sitting across from me going, oh, yeah. I want to talk to Cheryl. Yeah. And I cupped the phone, and I waited about a minute and a half. And then I go, here he is. Yeah. Oh, he's looking forward to talking to you. And I handed him the phone. What's that fucker do? He grabs that phone and he goes, well, good morning, Peaches. I could hear Norbert like he was sitting right next to me. I'll fucking Peaches you son of a bitch. He goes, and I looked at the guy. I go, bye, I'm gone. God, was that guy pissed at me for the longest time. And fucking Norbert sent him to the East Coast and made him run up and down the East Coast for a week. Oops. Yeah, you don't call Norbert Peaches. No. And the way he said it, it was just like, oh, good morning, Peaches.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah. Poor Norbert. He thought that driver was hitting on him. Yeah. I told the guy when he finally got his hands on me later, about a month later, you remember that situation? You really pissed me off. You know, he's telling me. I told him, I said, you know, you should consider yourself lucky, because I said any other driver, he would have fired him for sure. He would have told you drop your load and bobtail all the way back home, you son of a bitch. You ain't getting paid for bobtail, and so you get your ass home. Yeah, run empty. Oh, is E-Waste heading out? Night, Mike. Miss you, bud. Now, you do know, Mike, that in our group chat on Facebook, that's where the link for up here shows up. You keep an eye on that group chat and you see the link, you know. Fuck Earl. Everybody loves Earl. Yep. Oh, Lord have mercy. So you're down in southern Wisconsin.
We're down on 151, just north of
Uh-huh.
Dubuque.
Yeah, Dubuque,
Yeah.
Dubuque, Iowa. The I hate the Quad Cities. The The only
it's
reason
not so
I
bad. The loops
no,
around there.
I was going to say it's you know
It's okay to pass by.
I
You know,
why I hated the Quad Cities was because of John Deere. Because when I was hauling freight, I always ended up hauling shit into John Deere down there, and
Mhm.
I got sick and tired of guys working the loading docks that were making 3 times what I was as a driver. You know, well, you ought to get a job for John Deere, every one of them. Yeah, the minute you get there, oh, you ought to try to get a job here at John Deere. Boy, do they pay you. You know, yeah, shut the hell up. I mean, don't quit bragging about your wages, you know, some bitch.
You know what's always funny about the car business is whenever you get someone that leaves where you're at, they always want to tell you how much more money they're making at the other place. And none of us believe them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, yeah, sure you are. Oh, yeah, no, I'm doing blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's one of those things that always kind of, the grass is always greener to the other side. So when they get to the other side, they don't want to make it seem like it wasn't greener, right?
Uh-huh.
And if it was greener, they want to elaborate on how much greener it really is, and it really is. So
I I worked for quite a while for this outfit. It was called the Free Heatery, and what we sold were fireplace inserts, the heatilator type, and then the gas inserts, and chimney vent controls, and we also did chimney sweeping. Well, I ran the chimney sweep crew, and I was a floor salesman. If I didn't have chimneys to sweep, I sold on the floor. Well, the company policy, I knew the owner of the company. That's why I was working there. Is because I had worked for him a few years prior to that, and it was his policy that no assigned leads. You know, if a customer calls on the phone, the secretary would announce it on the floor. Customer on line such and such, and it was the first salesman that picked up. I mean, that was the deal. That it was no, we're not. Oh, each salesman's going to get the next call in order, you know. So that none of that shit going on. It's if you want the sale, you better be there and be ready for it, kind of thing. Same with people walking in the door. I had 3 salesmen threatening to take me out back and beat the hell out of me. I mean, literally, they wanted to beat the hell out of me. If I saw somebody pull up in the parking lot, they get out and they're walking right towards our door, I'd step outside, meet them outside. I'd meet them before they even got in the fucking place. Oh, are you heading into our store here? And I'd start talking to them right away and get them in there and start showing them. Yeah, I know what they want before they even open the day, before I open the door for them. Oh, these salesmen are pissed, man. He's stealing our leads, you know. Some bitches out on the sidewalk. and Dick, the guy that owned the place, he said, well, I think you 3 should get out on the sidewalk too then, damn it. He says, have you seen his sales he's gotten? And they said, but he's a chimney sweeper. I said, no, I'm an employee. I want to make as much as I can. And if you're in sales, you bet you want to grab every customer that you can get your little mitts on and try to exceed their expectations so they'll buy from you. You know, you guys want to sit at your desks and on the sales floor and have the customer come to you. No. If I see a customer, I'm right on them. Oh, it is so good to see you. Can I help you today?
Yep.
Yeah. But those guys, just what you were saying, Phil. Two of them went to different outfits to work, and we'd run into them once in a while. And, oh, I'm doing so well over there, and blah blah blah, and on and on, and then we can see their customer volume over at that other place, and we're like, they don't have the volume for them guys to be making that kind of money. They're talking bullshit. There's no way.
Well, sure.
And it's just, I think it's a cover up of their embarrassment. They couldn't make it on your floor, so they're going to brag about the floor they're on. Yeah.
Well, that's like when I get, other drivers coming, asking about working for cheap and stuff. We've got this little referral cards. It's like, here, you can hop online, or call this number, talk to our recruiters. They can tell you everything you need to know about it. I can tell you, we get good miles. They keep us busy. Like, well, what's the pay like? I'm like, I can't help you there. Well, how much you make? It's like, my pay's not going to help you.
Right.
I've been doing this for about 20 years, and they headhunted me. I didn't apply for this company. They called me because I hauled some of their brokered loads, and they talked to their other drivers, and the drivers gave me a number to the dispatchers.
We used to have that.
They would put someone else.
We used to have that at Weather Shield all the time. We get these new drivers on, and right away they'd ask us guys have been there quite a bit for quite a while. Well, what are you making on the average? Not what you're making. well, no. What are you making? Not what you're making. You're going to make whatever you make. How many miles are you willing to pound out? What are you willing to do? What do you? So, no. What I make and you make has nothing to do with each other at all. That well, we're both just drivers. No, some of us are go-getters and some of us are just lazy. You get me something and I'll do it. No, you got to get in there and say, hey, I see that load just hit the board. I'm taking that one. Grab it. And they're going, what the hell do you want to go to Jersey for? Load's a load. And they remember that shit. And then you come in and you go, oh, hey, can I get that Loveland, Colorado load? Yeah. You took that Jersey load. You bet. Take any load you want. And then you get to take those nice, sweet money makers. Straight shot, clean, no tolls, nothing, no hassles. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I had a couple of drivers complain on, because we have our monthly printout of, the truck's mileage and, fuel efficiency and all that. It's got our truck numbers on there. And they were complaining this last time I was in the terminal. They're like, why is Don always at the top? Why is he always getting the miles? He's always in the number 1, number 2 position. And Andrew, our VP, was coming by and he's like, well, what's going on? It's like, well, they're upset that I'm at the top. And he looked at them and he's like, we allow you guys to refuse loads, if you're not comfortable going somewhere. He's like, John's been here 5 years. He hasn't refused a load yet. We sent him to the worst places.
Yeah.
He'll go there. It's like,
and that's it is, you just got to be willing to do the job and then some, and you're going to make out better than the other guys, It's just the way it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, it's like, last week we went up to New York and then I went all the way out to Montana in the same week. 2 nice long back-to-backs. It's good miles, good pay.
Yeah.
You got to take a bed, to get the good.
Yeah. So, everybody, keep in mind, tomorrow night at 5 p.m., Sty Times is back.
Oh.
We'll have Sty Times through the rest of the month. Don't know what's going to happen on the transition to the campground. So catch your Sty Times while you can. I really defeated the whole purpose of my 4 days off, Phil. you know, that second day, and then you go live, and I'm like, on Monday, my symptoms behaved themselves through that whole 2.5 hour stream. I was just like,
Yeah.
I don't think I told Phil I might have to cut out, but no, I made it through his whole stream, but afterwards that night, man, those symptoms were still there, and I'm just like, holy shit, yeah, you were supposed to just take 4 days off, Sty. Well, then last night he's streaming, I jumped on that sucker too, and yeah, see what happens. I can't take a day off of YouTube. I mean, it's gotten ridiculous. I'm the guy that used to love to go outdoors and disappear for a month with nobody around. Now I go outdoors and I'm gone for 2-3 days, and I'm going, son of a bitch, I need to get on YouTube. Where the hell can I get on YouTube? I gotta see what everybody's up to. So what are you planning for this weekend?
I've got to do a challenge either Friday or Saturday. I can't be off. Last week I was live Monday and Wednesday, and then I wasn't live the rest of the week.
Right.
I didn't do a Friday or Saturday, and then you didn't do Sunday.
Right.
So, basically, no one saw me after Thursday night with you.
Right. It was real quiet until
until
you went on Monday.
Yep. So yeah, I plan on going live either Friday or Saturday. I don't know. I gotta, I think I probably wind up going live tomorrow unless the wife wants to go out to dinner because she is off for Good Friday, which she doesn't get. So we might wind up going out either Friday or Saturday night. So whatever night we're not doing something, the night I'll probably go live. Yeah. I kind of leave those 2 days up in the air because of the fact that, we don't see each other a lot. I work, she works. I come home, half hour home. I'm down here with y'all. When I go to bed, she's already asleep.
Yeah.
We kind of see each other passing by in the morning to go to work. And
yeah,
that's kind of how it is.
I remember when both the ex-wife and we were working for the same outfit, and it was weird because the time we got to spend with each other was the 40-minute drive to work and the 40-minute ride home. That was most of the time we ever spent together, was on the way to work, on the way home. And when you're on your way to work, you don't want to talk about nothing. You're thinking about what you got to do the minute you walk in the door at work. And then on the way home, you don't want to talk to anybody because you've been dealing with people all freaking day. So yeah, it didn't take long for us to realize that, we don't really spend much quality time together.
Well, I mean, what do we? Here's the bad part is I'm at work, she's at work. We come home. What do we have to talk about? Well, we would talk about work. Well, in most cases, it's going to be about complaining about work. It's going to be talking about work. We talk about what a great day. What a great day I had. I met this nice couple with their little kid, and I miss these crappy people. They didn't buy. You know what I mean? So same thing with her. The prop. So and I don't know if it's getting older, we get crabbier or something, but it's just I will listen. She will listen when I want to vent. Yeah, I'll listen when she wants to vent. And other than that, again, we don't have much of a life outside of being at home and being at work.
That's it. And that's the grind. A person gets stuck in that grind. That's why I did that Sty Times about walks that last forever. Man, grab somebody like that and just go for a freaking walk and agree with each other. Let's not talk about the normal daily shit that we always talk about. Let's just, even if we don't talk at all, let's just go spend time together, go for a walk, because it is so easy to all of a sudden realize my life has become mundane because I only got a couple of things that matter every day, and that's work and coming home and complaining about work. That's all that matters each day, and yeah.
Well, tomorrow I get to go and get my new glasses. So
you do.
So I will have some anti-reflective glasses.
So
hopefully people will be able to see my eyes when I'm talking to people on YouTube, or somewhat better.
You don't get the screen glares.
Yes.
Okay, here's one for you. So I get this monitor and I got a sweet deal on $134. They're usually 189. Okay. I had to grab this monitor. It's an HP because it had 21,000 reviews and it had 4.5 stars on the reviews. I mean, that's pretty damn good. You know, the odds are you're going to get a good machine. I can't believe that monitor. I love it for the money. I love what I got. Except yesterday's stream with you. Before I came up, I went on to StreamYard and just got myself on there to see how it looks, you know, on the monitor. And I thought, pretty good. But I don't have the studio lights on. So I turned the studio lights on and I'm going, oh, that's so freaking bright. Put my shades on and I looked at the monitor and all I see is my room and a black square rectangle.
Polarized.
It's a polarized monitor, and you can't wear polarized sunglasses with a polarized monitor because everything disappears.
Oh, no.
It's just a black screen. And I look over the glasses. I go, whoa, that's brighter than shit. It's gone. It's there. It's gone. It's there. So I can't wear shades this summer while I'm using that monitor. But the sun can hit it, and it won't distort it.
You just can't wear polarized shades.
I did. Well, that's it. Is now I got to go try it. Everything's damn polarized. I was at Walmart looking, and everything's polarized. Oh, polarized this, polarized that, polarized. And it's like, can I get an old pair that's not polarized? You know, I have to find a pair that's not polarized that fit these glasses because, yeah, my screen disappears. I'm just like, son of a bitch. What the hell? I thought the screen crapped out. So I'm all nervous and I'm trying, what the hell? And I'm pushing buttons, nothing. Then I looked over my glasses and it was like, oh shit. I can't wear shades with that screen. Yeah. Oh well.
Well, you know, when you get your, you know, eyes done, we order glasses on Zenny. We can get you, you know, like mine, you know, my sunglasses are non-polarized. You know, because if I wear polarized in the truck, I can't see my radio or my heads-up display. Everything's polarized in the truck.
Right. Yeah.
It's just stupid.
The
my Qualcomm, you know, my logs and stuff. It's like I had to take my glasses off to see anything. So I just went with the standard, you know, like a limo tint on my glasses, no polarization.
Yeah, you know, I see your conversation with B Lady out there. I think we're going to see a lot of weird shit happening.
Yeah, I mean, we started, you know, of course, you know, there's some of us that start thinking conspiracy theories, and I've never been a big conspiracy theory type person.
Right. Yeah.
But, you know, it's just odd that suddenly, you know, now there's a big computer chip problem. There's this, there's that with, you know, new cars. And, you know, again, we're at 20% of where we normally would be. That means we're 80% down on our inventory.
Right.
Not just at our dealership, but at dealerships across the country, across the world, I would imagine, up in Canada, anywhere where they sell domestic and foreign cars, inventory levels are down because of these microchips. Now,
I don't want to start a conspiracy theory or nothing, but I tell people, hold on to your hats, because I was chatting on Facebook with this guy that I worked with years ago out in Montana. And he's in the precious metals exploratory line of work. That's what I did for a while out in Montana. We drilled for precious metals to find them so that they determined, can we mine there? Is it viable to actually mine for precious metals? He's pissed and bent out of shape. They're virtually shut down because all their exploratory work is on national, you know, on federal lands. It's almost 99.9% of it's all on federal land. Well, Biden shut all that shit down, you know. You're not allowed to explore for precious metals or minerals, including oil, on federal lands anymore. They took all the permits away. They were told, watch the electronics. What happens? Now, E-Waste Mike, I wish he was here because I'd like to hear his input too. You look at him, the way he scraps and what he talks about. This is full of silver. This is full of gold. Boom, boom, boom. He put me onto this link and I went and I watched it. It's like a little documentary thing. It was about 40 minutes long. And it's about how the silver and gold markets have shifted away from bling to electronics.
Yeah.
They sell the jewelry market has dropped by 60%. The electronic side has increased by over 800%. Now that's where all of our gold and silver is going, is
Sure.
into all the electronics in the world. Everything we have is full of gold and silver. They got to have it to produce these products. Now they're talking green. We're going green, 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 green. The whole solar industry is dependent on silver and gold. What the hell is going to happen here? If they shut down silver and gold exploration and they're restricting the mining of those minerals, all of a sudden our gold and silver is going to start going up through the roof because of, you know, supply and demand. That's a given. But what's going to happen into the electronic field? What are we going to have $3,000 cell phones, and this monitor is also going to be $300 instead of $134? What's going to happen, guys? I mean, shutting all of that precious metals market down, and you know where the people, you know who's going to make, it's going to be blood diamond money. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be all of these countries with slave labor harvesting all their minerals and selling it to us. Well, we aren't going to be able to buy it, so they're going to produce all those products overseas and ship them to us. Yeah, it's not, I don't think it's going to be a pretty thing. I don't think it's going to be a pretty thing. And I don't think it's going to be there's going to be an easy fix. If this goes on for 4 years and then they try to fix it,
Right.
the fix is going to take 8 versus
the U.S. economy and all this stuff. The more you look at it, the more of a delicate balance it all is. When you go in and stop something, you can't just go in and stop something. It's like the border. You know, they just stopped the border, and now we got a huge problem. When you go through and you start stopping all this stuff, and you don't gradually go into something else, it really screws stuff up, and that's what we're experiencing right now. I mean, again, everybody has their own problems. They had all their own problems through COVID. Well, now, it seems like we may be coming on the back end of this COVID. Well, now we're gonna suffer big time where I work. Thank goodness, you know, I don't live paycheck to paycheck, and I've got money put away, and the wife works. You know, as long as she doesn't, you know, shoot or kill anybody that she works with and lose her job.
yeah.
I feel her. I know.
Man, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
She last month she was close. She was close to be saying, you know what, I don't care. And again, she was good. Now she'd get a job somewhere closer, but she'd make probably less than half at where she's working at now, and it would be an hourly wage, not, you know, a salary that she's on now. So
yeah.
You know, I look at what happened right from day one. They shut down the Keystone Pipeline, and all of those people that lost those jobs are still saying, we can't find work. We can't find anything in our field. But they were told This ain't a big deal. So what? They lost 10,000 people, lost their jobs. It's not a big deal. They can go into the green energy field.
Those jobs aren't there yet.
But the jobs weren't there. That's something they're planning on down the road. In the meantime, we hope you don't starve to death. And,
Right.
But we're going to shut you down today, not when we have an answer. We believe we have the answer, but the answer doesn't match up with what our fix is. You need to bring those together. They need to dovetail. There's no transition, and I hate that whenever I hear a politician say, well, through the transition. F you, there's no transition going on. You're making a damn decision and you're shutting things. It goes to the old saying. Every old fart out there uses it all the time. Don't fix it if it ain't broke. If you want to improve on it, you keep using what's not broke until you've improved it. You don't just stop using it. It's not broke. And then wait till you have the answer. Oh.
Well,
I'm glad I'm old.
Well, here's the problem.
This whole notion of, well, if we force them to stop using it, that will force them to advance faster. It's like, it don't work that way.
It doesn't.
You need to have a replacement for what you got rid of.
Well, here's the problem, okay? So about 5-6 years ago, we were selling the shit out of the Chevy Volt. The Chevy Volt is an electric car with a gas backup.
Right.
Okay? We were leasing the crap out of those. There were government rebates and all this stuff that Obama had on them. And, they were, and these banks put these huge resale values on these vehicles, which is a residual value on a lease. And Trump comes into office. What happens? The price of gas goes down. Price of gas stays down. So what have we been seeing in the car market, on the new car market?
I want to trade in my Volt.
Well, companies aren't even building sedans anymore. We got rid of the Impala. We got rid of the Chevy Cruze. We got rid of the Chevy Volt.
Yeah.
And they got rid of, I think, the Ford the Ford Focus, which was their little one. Buick got rid of some of their sedans. All these companies are getting rid of sedans and going with these smaller mid-size SUVs because gas has stayed so cheap. So again, your electric cars are going by the wayside because of these Chevy Volts. When these Chevy Volts would come back off of lease, these banks were losing $4, $5, $6 a pop on these Chevy Volts because gas is I'm not worried about it. Gas is $2 a gallon. Yeah. I know that when these vehicles get up around 80 or 100,000 miles, I'm probably going to have to replace these batteries. I don't know how much batteries are going to cost. So in a used car market, those things had become almost worthless. So now what are they doing? They're adjusting everything back again, raise the gas prices. People are going to go back into more fuel-efficient vehicles. Now vehicles like the Bolt, we don't even make the Volt anymore. They don't make that one. They make the Bolt with a B, which is a fully electric car.
Right.
But so now you're going to see, Chevy's got the Hummer that's going to come out, which is a fully electric car. You're going to start, Tesla, of course, makes a bunch of fully electric cars that are going to be out there. They're expensive.
Yeah.
But
I see.
They're trying to drive things that way. And again, what you're going to find probably in 2 years is hopefully if Republicans get back in charge of the House or the Senate, is this horse shit is going to stop.
Yeah.
And we're gonna things are gonna get back to semi-normal. Well, we do need to get, but being oil independent as a country was actually fantastic for everybody.
Did you see that press release that Volkswagen did on their electric car? It's got it's got an average range within the electric car market. The average range, and it's because of the battery system and that. It's average range. But the thing is they got that price down to about $30,000 for that car. The other electric car companies going, bullshit, that ain't right. That, oh no, you got to pay $50,000-$60,000 for an electric car. And Volkswagen's going, no, we made it consumer friendly so that you can afford to go out and buy one of these for $30,000. You can't afford a $55,000-$60,000 electric car, but you can afford one for 30 grand. They're trying to make it affordable for
Right.
your middle class people and still come out. And they said, we figured it all out. We're going to come out on these cars at 30 grand. And they've got the world pissed at them. Well, what the fuck? Okay, so we get somebody that finally gives a shit about if we're going to go electric, why don't we go electric so people can afford electric? You know, and they're getting bashed for it. They're saying that they're purposely gouging the market. And Tesla came back with, well, that just means we got to go back to the drawing board and come up with a cheap model. Well, no, Volkswagen didn't come up with a cheap model.
No.
They came up with a model that is inexpensive. They didn't go on the cheap side to do it. They just wanted to make sure that they're looking at volume.
Yeah.
But Volkswagen said that doesn't mean we're going to slow down or reduce our gasoline and diesel products because we don't know what the market will do. So we got to be able to flow with whatever comes, you know.
Yeah.
But you're so right, Phil. They are so reactionary to what happens. They don't.
Well, it all has to do with who is in the office and how are they structuring. It's all a very delicate balance. Our economy,
Right.
believe it or not, is a very delicate balance. So everything you guys can see, if you're not seeing, then you're not paying attention to like what's going on at the border, what's going on in the car industry, where your gas price. If you're not seeing all of that, I mean, you got to be living in a bubble. It's all a very delicate balance. And when we were in charge, and I'm sorry, you don't like Trump, but bottom line is when the U.S. was in charge at that point in time, gas prices were low. We were selling the hell out of cars. Had plenty of cars to sell. And things.
Oh, yes.
You may not have liked the guy. You may not have liked a lot of things about the guy, but the economy and things were good. Everything was flowing in the right direction.
Right.
And things were happening the way they should be happening. Now things just,
Yeah.
it's hurting everybody.
It will. Yeah, it will.
Yeah. Good night,
Kathy.
Sorry if we ran you off.
Yeah, I hope she's not leaving because of the discussion.
Yeah.
Hey, Hike with Mike. Yeah, I saw your comment.
I'm going to get out for the night.
What's that?
I'm going to have to go. So you guys have a good night.
We're running
out. I have to get up at about 3 a.m.
Just because you got a job, go ahead. Yeah, we'll let you go. You stay safe. Hey, where are you going after your next drop?
I'm gonna deadhead run empty down to Indiana and grab a load with 2 stops back up in Wisconsin here. So
when do you plan on being back in my neck of the woods?
May? It'll be like Memorial Day weekend.
Okay. I won't be here.
I'll probably be home. I'll probably be there like that Tuesday.
We'll have to figure out a Wednesday that we can get together when you're here.
Okay.
Because that's at the campground. There ain't no way in hell I can be anywhere a half mile away from there over Memorial Day weekend. There's 3 huge weekends at the campground: Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we'll get together. Right? Just keep me posted.
Yep, will do.
You have
otherwise, I'll see you. After the summer's over.
Yeah. Or at my funeral, whichever comes first.
Yeah. It depends on how the summer goes.
Yeah. Okay. You take care. Drive safe.
Good night.
Catch y'all later.
All right, Kathy. Good night, girl. Good night, Freeman James.
Hey, good night, James. And thanks, Kathy. We all love you. Thanks for being here.
And we don't want to run people off with the conversation, but sometimes because this is
it affects
you bring up one
everybody.
topic and we go, whoa.
Yeah, and the thing is it doesn't have to go down political lines either. It's just the way things change. Yeah, we know that certain people are doing certain things, but the way things change affect all of us.
Right.
It's like I got in this discussion yesterday with a couple of folks. I don't understand why people don't realize Biden thinks it's just great. Boy, he's going from 21% to 28% tax on corporations.
Yeah,
What
right.
the hell is wrong with people when they don't realize we're paying that?
Yep.
Corporations do not reduce their profit margin based on taxes. They just say, no, we'll pass it down. We're going to pass
They
it down.
raise the price of shit.
Everything goes up.
Yeah.
And people say, no, that's not going to happen. Bullshit. There's enough history. And,
Anybody that doesn't think that's going to happen is a fool.
That's it. When I was in college, when I wanted to become a CPA, I wanted to be a top-notch accountant. When I was in college, my economics professor, after 2 classes, she pulled me off to the side and she said, I want you to write a thesis on the monetary system, the rise and collapse of the Ukraine. And I go, why are you targeting me? Doesn't everybody have to do this shit? And she goes, no, I just want you to write that thesis. Then I'll tell you what I think after you do. So I did. And she came to me with the dean of the college. And she said, it's up to you if you want to come to class or not. She said, you can come sit in if you want, but you're not required to take any of the testing. You're not required to do a final exam. She said, you're getting a 4.0 for the class. We're not going to just let you off the hook. You're still required to check in once in a while. But no, they said, and she said, you've got the whole issue of monetary value and supply and demand mastered. You understand the whole theory. And I said, is that why I always get in arguments with people? That they don't understand it? And she said, well, that's it, is they don't want to. Because if you accept what happens in economics, then you have to be realistic and say, oh, I know what the hell's going on now. And they don't want to accept how bad things can be based on economics and how certain actions have equal and opposite reactions. And
well, that's
it's
the
so
whole
true.
thing. We all saw this when gas prices were at $5 a gallon 15 years ago, right? If you remember, 15 years ago, we went up to $5 a gallon. The price of your natural gas to heat your home was up. The price of gas to put in your car was up. The price of your goods and services went up because these truckers who put gas in their cars can't pay that much more money and still keep the prices of goods and services and produce the same. Right. So the price of everything went up. So the cost of the dollar, our dollar was down to the Canadian dollar.
Right.
If you remember. Our dollar was worth less than the Canadian dollar 15 years ago.
Well, the thing is I'm old enough. I remember the late 1970s.
Sure.
Energy non-crisis. There was a book written specifically titled The Energy Non-Crisis. What they did was they restricted pipeline flowage and decided all of our energy needs to come out of the Middle East. Gas went from 62 cents a gallon to $1.78 overnight.
Yeah, it was quick.
Just because they said there's an energy crisis, that there's no fuel. It's not. And then they find out after the fact, no, these refineries were still making fuel. They were just holding it all. They ended up with so much fuel that the refineries backed off, quit making. They weren't releasing it out into the market. Supply and demand. They were controlling the supply, drove the demand right through the roof, and then they released it once they got this top price. And finally it hit like $2.40 a gallon, and they started releasing all those reserves. All of a sudden it dropped back down to $1.75 a gallon, and it never went below that ever again.
Yeah.
And it was all by design. It was an economic design to drive those prices up so that it would drive all of the costs of goods up with it.
Right.
It was intentional. And if people say this shit that's going on today is not intentional, oh, yes, it is.
People with money are going to make more money. They're
More
always
money.
going to jack up the prices of goods and services. Your stuff you buy from Amazon is going to go up. Your stuff for everything you do is going to go up. If these people that are working at Amazon get unionized, and they're going to get, Bezos isn't going to make any less money. He's going to charge more for stuff, and naturally everything's going to go up anyways because of gas prices. I was reading or listening to a thing this morning that during this whole pandemic, that the reason I want to get unionized, the people at Amazon, is because Bezos was making $11 million a day during the pandemic. Because nobody was leaving their house. Everybody was ordering things online from Amazon. He was making $11 million a day. His people work their asses off when they're there. I mean, these aren't easy jobs. These people are, these people are going 10, 40. Imagine going to your job and working your ass off the entire 12 hours that you're there, or 10 hours or 8 hours that you're there. I mean, nonstop. And working for, these people don't make a lot of, these people ain't making $15 an hour.
Right.
A lot of them are barely above minimum wage on these jobs.
Yep.
So,
Echo. No more.
Sterling Silver works for Amazon. He don't make
Yeah. It's corporate structure is made for shareholders, not for employees. It's not made for the consumer. Corporate structure is for the shareholders. I just watched this. It was an awesome documentary. I've got a shipwreck fetish. I just love any historic. If I see anything on a shipwreck I haven't heard about, I gotta watch it. I gotta find out. What an industry. Shipping on boats and how them suckers sink and why some of them sink. Well, there was one on Lake Superior that back in the day when that bugger went down in the 1918, right around there anyway, 1912 maybe. That ship had, in that day's dollars, $1.6 million worth of wheat on that boat. And that bugger, it left Canada and it was heading south, and it ran aground, broke up. They managed to get barges out there, and they managed to recover 20% of the load, right? 20% of the grain they managed to get off that boat before it sank. And they said it was the worst Great Lakes, monetarily worst disaster. $1.6 million loss, minus 20%, because they managed to save 20%. Well, guess what? The load was insured for $1.6 million. And they paid out the full $1.6 million. But they saved 20% of it and still sold that on the market. On top of the 1.6 they got for the load. The ship was due to retire in 18 months. They were going to dry dock the bugger. It's done. It had its day. They had the ship insured for 3 times its market value. And the insurance paid it all up. They said that they made 4 times their profit margin off of that boat by letting that sucker sink.
Mm.
And you would think, well, why would they sink their whole ship? You know? Well, for the money, of course. They'll just buy another ship. And they got all this money now. They buy another boat. They got 3 times that boat's value. Now they can buy a newer boat. Well, why would it run aground? Oh, it was an accident. Well, was it an accident that the captain put his new first mate that knew nothing about the northern Great Lakes? This guy's never sailed the Great Lakes before. Put him in charge of the ship in a heavy fog and gave him the wrong bearings. And he sailed that ship right into the rocky shoals and crashed it. And people are going, oh, it's still an accident. What? I mean, come on. You know, it was you watch that. Yeah. What's his Forrest Gump? I got to pee. Forrest. Pee in your Dr. Pepper bottle.
He was making all kinds of faces.
He down there doing that. I gotta go dance.
Yeah.
Don't piss on the floor now. Yeah. Yeah. Amazon is, I got a lot of issues with Amazon. The problem is I've grown dependent on them. I mean, they are so dependable, and I get what I want when I want it. I do. There are things now, like my canopy for a camp. I looked all over Amazon at all the canopies, everything they got. And I thought, what the hell? I went to Walmart.com and I'm looking at what they got. Oh, yeah, I found the exact same canopy I liked on Amazon. Really pissed me off. $79 cheaper at Walmart.
Oh.
And I thought, there's something wrong on Amazon. So I searched and searched and searched. Nope, that canopy, it's the exact same brand, exact same size, dimensions, everything. And it's $80 cheaper at Walmart. And I can order it from Walmart and pick it up at the store, I think that's one thing we all have to be aware of is that Amazon becomes very convenient, easy, and we kind of assume that we're going to get a good deal on Amazon. Don't assume you're getting a good deal on Amazon. When I saw that $80 difference between Amazon and Walmart, I don't do Target. We don't even have a Target store within driving distance of us anymore.
Yeah, I usually don't buy anything on Amazon that I can get locally. I'd rather go out and get something locally.
See, that's what I do is I search first. Is it around here?
Right.
See, that generator I just bought, there's another good example. So I drove 200 miles round trip, cost about $30 in gas, right? So I paid $850 for the generator. So you might as well say I paid $880. Might as well call it $900. I can get that exact same generator on Amazon. The best price on Amazon, $1,200.
Ooh.
Plus shipping. They don't give you prime shipping on that.
Okay.
So why is it $300 more on Amazon than it is at Harbor Freight? So if I wouldn't have looked locally, I would have screwed myself out of $300. And the nice thing with Harbor Freight that Amazon didn't offer, Harbor Freight, you got the manufacturer's warranty on the generator, Plus, for $40 extra, I got 2 years. Bring it back, no questions asked. We'll refund you your money, or give you a new generator to replace it. So it's like a double warranty for 2 years for $40. But Amazon didn't offer that, and so yeah. See, and that's it. That's me too, B lady. If it's not Walmart or L&M Fleet Supply, it's everything's a haul for me. It's at least 60 miles. At least 60 miles to get to any big box stores at all.
Now, see, we got our generator. We got it through Costco. Now it was the same price to buy it online, and they didn't have it at the Costco by us. Same price to buy it online as it was through Costco, and they shipped it to our house for free. So we didn't have to go there, take it off, put it on a cart, put it in our truck, get it off the truck. They dropped it off in our garage.
Yeah. See, and that's why people tell me, oh, you should quit using Amazon, or you should quit using this and that. And I tell them, I look for the best deal. I mean, if Amazon comes in at the same price and I don't have to drive 40 miles to get it, and they're going to drop it at my damn door, you betcha I'll go order it from them. Why not? Sure. And I don't fault anybody that takes advantage of the best deal. If it adds up to the best deal, I don't care where you're getting it from. Well,
even the convenience. If the convenience is that,
well, see, that's part of the deal.
It's the same price,
Yeah, that's, to me, that's part of the deal. The convenience of things. It can be the same. In fact, it could be. I can buy a $50 item. I can get it online, but it's $5 more. It's $55. But for me to get it for $50, I'm going to have to think of other things I got to get, because to get it for $50, I've got to drive 60 miles. So I'm going to have to do a lot of other shopping up there to make it worth the drive to get it for $50. Oh no, for the convenience. Plus, it'll be here in 2 days, and I'll have it in my hands.
Right.
Oh, here we go. Now we can change things up. There she is. Hey, sweetie.
What's up, Sam?
Hey. Hi, how you guys doing?
She stuck her finger in that light socket again and straightened that shit right back out.
Straighten it right back out. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah,
How you doing? What's that shirt you got?
Good.
Like big lips.
Rolling Stones.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
It's my rocker shirt, man.
Rocker shirt.
I thought it might be Mick Jagger's lips and something else on there. I never know.
Yeah. So
All right.
how are you, girly?
Good. I'm winded. I went to the gym, got showered, and just got home and finished getting ready. So hopped on.
Great.
I got a membership the other day, so I'm all excited. I'm gonna use
There
the
you
heck out of
go.
it.
Oh, cool. Well, now that you got wheels, you can do something like that.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to wrestle moose anymore for a workout. You can actually go
That's
somewhere. I hear moose wrestling. It's tough, but it's a good workout. I hear.
Before she got that car, that was her only way to town, was to ride a moose in. Got my moose tied up in the driveway so I can get
You know
back.
how hard it is to get up on a fucking moose?
And as tall as they are, that was a feat for her.
Yeah, you just need the right ladder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's getting off that's a bitch when you get there if you ain't got that ladder.
You got to attach some running boards to your moose.
Yeah, duct tape some steps on it. Oh Lordy!
I got 2 rows at the place where it's moose boarding for short people and moose boarding for tall people. They just pull the mooses in, you step onto the moose, you give them your money, and just go on. I like a little taxi service.
That's yeah.
Good luck trying.
They call it Uber.
Just
I've been watching this documentary series on I don't know if it was on Prime or where it's about, but it's all of these the worst roads in the world, right? And they show these taxi services in different countries and shit. And this one, it was somewhere. I don't remember if that one was in the Philippines or where it was, but these roads, I mean, they are so free. No, this one was in Africa somewhere. And these roads are so, you don't drive nothing on that shit. And they got these vans, these little minivans. And the one guy, I could not freaking believe it. He had 21 people. And he's a taxi service. 21 people, and he had to go 60 kilometers. They got stuck 14 times on the way there. 60 kilometers, and it took them 14 hours to get there. And they asked the passengers, why would you go through this? And they said, oh, it takes more than that to walk it. Plus, you don't have to sleep out here with the lions and hyenas.
Oh, yeah.
But they got them people, they stuff them in that van. They got them stuffed all over. And then they're stacking them on top of those people. And then they've got 3 guys standing on the bumper of the van, hanging onto the luggage rack, which is full of shit. And there's 2 guys sitting on top of the luggage rack, dodging tree branches. And off they go. And I thought, holy shit, do that in this country, that'd be about a $5,000 seatbelt fine. I mean, God almighty. That's, yeah. Yep. People will do anything to get. I'm watching one now. It's, I don't remember what. Oh, it's in the Congo. They only got one train. And that train is designed to carry, what the hell did they say? To carry 400 passengers. And a typical trip, they've got 2,000 people on the train. And it's designed to carry 400. But they got 2,000 people on that train with all their baggage and shit. They got people on the roof of these train cars and the train cars are rocking. These people are falling off the damn train. The engineer don't give a shit. He puts 10 people in the engine with them. He charges them a little extra fee, you know. Oh, it's hilarious. What the heck you put up there?
There you go. There's India. Look at all these people
Yeah.
on the outside of these freaking vehicles.
Yeah. Just load it up. Just load it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was amazed watching these documentaries on it that how many people die. It's just like, oh yeah, 8 people died last week. Like that's just part of the deal, you know. And I couldn't believe it. I just okie dokie. Now I thought it was the extreme when I was down Juarez, Mexico, and we went way into Juarez, way and walked way. I mean, we were 8-10 miles to the south of Juarez, way out in the fringes of Juarez. I didn't want to walk back. I was drunk. So I told my cousin, let's catch a taxi. He goes, oh, you don't want to ride a taxi down here? I said, I ain't walking. I want to ride a taxi. There comes a taxi. Wave them down. Every taxi back then in the 70s in Juarez, Mexico was a 1964 Chevy Impala with no back seat and just a bucket seat for the driver because they take the bench seat out and just put a bucket seat. So it's just the floor in the car. And you just pile in there and find yourself a corner to sit in.
Oh.
We got in there, it's just me and my cousin. We told them, yeah, we'll take us back to the U.S. border. Oh, yeah. Off we go. That sucker stopped like 5 times on the way to the border. And by the time we got there, holy shit. I think I had 2 people sitting on my lap. I mean, that car was just packed full. Well, I had a bottle of tequila. I was happy, I don't care how many are in here, just don't touch my tequila. But I thought of that and I thought, boy, you'd never get away with that shit in the U.S. I mean, and that little bucket seat that driver sat in, he wanted every square inch of that Impala to be packed with bodies. And it was crazy because I don't remember how many pesos it was, but it worked out to about 80 cents for the ride in that taxi. And I thought that, yeah, he charges about 4 times too much, Yeah, they packed them in.
It's funny. I put that big paragraph over there. We kind of joke at our dealership because you're people from the Middle East, Indians we call them, but it can be not just from India. They are good negotiators, and they've got they know how to get the deal right. We all know that.
Yeah.
It's funny. One of my guys at work says, Indian guy calls up on the phone and says, "Yeah, what are your hours on Saturday?" Be like, "It's 10 to 3. 10 to 3. All right, we'll be there at 10 to 3. They come there 10 minutes before you're freaking closing.
Right, 10 to 3.
Drive a car. They want to get numbers and everything.
Yep.
Because you're open till 3, but they're going to keep you for an hour past. But they want to get all their numbers and everything. So
I stayed in a motel over in Minneapolis. It was run by an Indian couple, from India, and I reserved the room online, and the motel looked beautiful. Got there, well, the room was okay. I couldn't really bitch about the room. Everything was clean. Everything seemed nice. But I was going to be there 3 days. I wanted that swimming pool. Oh, hell no. That damn thing's all under construction. And one whole hallway in that motel, they're remodeling the frickin' hallway, but they got the rooms open, to use. So people are walking through a construction site and shit. My room was outside of that construction, but I had to walk through it to get to the main lobby. I went up there. I said, "This is bullshit. Your website doesn't show any of this crap going on." I said, "I want my money back. I'll go drive. I'll go find a 3-star somewhere and just pay out of pocket." And no. Oh God, can they negotiate, man? It's, we'll bring you extra coffee. We'll bring you extra towels. We'll bring you pillows, all the pillows you want. Boy, they're offering me all kinds of shit that don't cost them nothing. Just to keep me in this damn place that's under construction. And I said, but the swimming pool's closed, man. I wanted to use the swimming pool. We'll move you to another room. It has a hot tub. That room wasn't in near as good a condition as the one I had. I get in there, and it's a hot tub for 3. I mean, it's a little tiny little hot tub stuck in the corner of the room. And you can hardly breathe in the damn place because all of the moisture coming out of that hot tub into the room. But boy, oh no, you not leave. We got a deal for you. We take good care of you. Oh, my ass. But and they, for everything I could bring up, oh, we got something for that, That's, yeah, they were tough negotiators. I finally caved in, just said, "Yeah, I'll stay, damn it. God dang it." But guess what? I ain't coming back.
Oh, we had friends. We went on a cruise probably about 10 plus years ago, and they went and stayed in, our port was in Miami. They got a hotel room, beautiful pictures all online and everything else. And they went down. They drove down instead of flying down like we did. They drove down a day before, get to stay a night, and get on the ship the next day. They got down there. This place did look nothing like what they had seen. and one of their rooms had a bullet hole in the door.
Oh yeah, isn't that nice? Yeah.
In Miami, and yeah, the rooms of course all smelled like smoke and mildew. And this is we had already stopped smoking in hotel rooms and stuff like that because used to be you were used to that, because people, you had to ask for a non-smoking room because there were rooms people smoked in, and so you were used to that. But this was many years after that whole non-smoking thing took an effect, and it was just like they said this was that they kept waiting for another bullet to come through the door at night, So.
Now I tell you, I did that in Chicago. I'm not going to say exact location. It was on the south side. My secretary set up my lodging for me on this trip to Chicago. I got there, and from the outside, hotel looked nice. It was about 7-story building, and I was on the 6th floor. And after I got in the room, I thought, what the hell was that? Fireworks or something? Well, it had these walkout patios. You could go. It had these patios on that place. And I walked out on that. The minute I opened that slider, and I walked out on that patio, that balcony. Kapow, kapow! And I just, holy shit! I ducked. What the hell? So I went back in, closed the door. I went down to the lobby, and I said, God, I think I just heard gunshots outside. They said, yeah, they started early today. I go, what? They said, oh, you wait till the sun sets, then you're going to hear the gunshots. Said, yeah, there's gunshots all the time. They said, if you noticed in your room, we don't have the chairs by the windows. The chairs are on the opposite side of the room because we recommend you don't sit by the windows. Yeah. What? And they weren't kidding. All I heard were gunshots on and off all damn night. And I'm thinking, this is bullshit. And when I left, there was this guy showing the gal with him. Look see these bullet holes here? There were bullet holes by the front door in the side of the building.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, this neighborhood's rough.
And that's commonplace for some of them folk.
To them, it's just nothing.
Yeah.
It's like Oklahomans with tornadoes.
Yeah. It's like they were pointing the gun at me, so it's okay.
Oklahomans stand out. They're sitting out at their picnic table, and they go, oh, Jesus, look at there. There's a tornado.
Yep.
And you say, well, we better get in the basement. What the hell are you getting in the basement for? It ain't coming for us. What? We'll see where it's going first. And they just and this old bitch goes right past them. It's only a quarter mile away. It's going past them. They're going, wow, man, it's getting windy out here, ain't it? And it's like, you goofy fuckers, you hear the sirens and shit. Well, it ain't hitting us, so why are you getting so worried?
Well, they can tell by the clouds and the wind and everything else where it's going to go within reason.
Now, I seen a tornado in South Dakota, and that son of a bitch changed track about 4 times. Now,
but usually you can tell by the clouds. At least I think they can tell by the clouds.
Oh no.
I don't know.
That one in South Dakota, I shit you not. Those clouds were like they were stationary, and that damn funnel, the tail on that bugger would shift, and it would move quarter of a mile, half a mile, and then it would come back, swing back. It was headed in a general northeast direction, but it would shift and head due north, then it would shift, then due south, and then back east. And I thought, holy shit, if you were in front of that thing, you'd be running like this, trying to get away from it. You can't just run straight because you don't know where that fucker's going. But them Oklahomans, yeah, they'll see these nasty black clouds coming at them, and they go, could be a tornado in that. But they don't stop the barbecue. It's just like, well, we ain't going to shut things down. The party's too good. We're going to keep the party going unless that twister shows up at the fence over there. Yeah. Yeah, I had an aunt that lived down there. Yeah, tornadoes. Yeah. There goes another one. Oh. And I pictured her on a bicycle up in the tornado. Yeah. The yeah, Chicago, about 12 shootings.
Chicago is.
And the thing is that's 12 bullets that found a mark.
Mhm.
I bet you there's at least 20 times that many shots.
Yep.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, easily.
Easily.
That night in that hotel I stayed in, I know I heard at least 20 shots that night. And I asked the guy at the
That's what
front
he could
desk
hear.
the next day if, how many people got shot last night? And he goes, oh, heck, we won't know until the paper comes out.
That's right.
And they said, and then he says, if you want to find out, he says, when you get the trib, he says it's on like page 14 or 16, something like that. There'll be a list of the shootings. It's way the hell in the back of the paper.
And those are the reported shootings. Those aren't the people that get shot and go home and bandage themselves up.
Or
not even die at home, but
or
there are
patch
people
themselves up.
Yeah, there are people that patch themselves up. There's an entrance and an exit wound, and
yeah. When they started passing laws that emergency rooms, if someone comes in with a gunshot or a stab wound, they have to call the police. It used to be they didn't have to. They just patch them up, send them on their way. They treated it as we're here to save their life, not minding their business.
Right.
And okay.
Yeah, most places you go in there with a gunshot wound, they're going to want to know how it happened and everything else. Well, we had a guy I worked with. He's an idiot, but anyways, we were at one of the Grand Prix, IndyCar.
Yeah.
And he was drinking there and whatnot, and he went home and he's got a Glock, and Glocks are known to have a very sensitive trigger.
Yep.
And he's at home playing fucking Tex, spinning the gun, putting it in his pocket, putting it in his holster, doing the whole thing. Yeah, he thinks he's kind of cool, and of course he shoots himself in the leg. Don't put your finger in the trigger well if you're not planning on pulling the trigger. But he shoots himself in the leg, so he's an idiot.
Yeah.
But he's a bigger idiot because he calls up our boss. He says, "Boss, I don't think I can come into work." He does a voicemail message for him. I don't think I can come into work today. I shot myself in the leg. So he does all sorts of things at home and whatnot. There was an entrance and an exit wound. So again, it went in, it went through, came all the way out. Nothing lodged in his leg. But for 2 or 3 days, he tries to take care of it himself. Then he finally comes to work and he's limping around the place. I'm like, dude, did you go? No, he didn't go to the hospital. He shows us the thing, and it looks like it's getting infected. It's like, dude, you got to take your. Well, they're going to ask her that. Dude, you can't get blood poisoning. You can't do this or that. Just not. And they get there. They asked him what happened. He told them what happened, and they didn't have to call the police because it was a self-inflicted wound.
Right. It was
and they could look at it and think, yeah, you're an idiot. And it's also, but he went through all this stuff for days, and it's like, what an idiot. And it wound up costing him obviously a lot more not going than it would have just gone initially. So
here's one for you, and I swear to God, I tell you what, no handguns ever going off when it's on my hip. I guarantee you. Not after seeing what happened to this buddy of mine. He's got a 22 Magnum pistol. Now, a 22 mag is a lot different than a 22 long rifle. A 22 Magnum is a center fire round, and it's a heavier bullet. Well, he's shooting what's called round ball solid point ammo. It doesn't mushroom. It just stays solid, right? And it's a Colt, and looks like an old Western pistol, And he's playing cowboy. Quick draw, pow, pow, pow. And I'm standing about 20 feet away from him, behind him, going, "You're a moron. You better quit doing that shit." And he turned around, and he's just putting that pistol down in the holster. He's got his finger in the goddamn finger guard and shoves it down in the holster and kapow! And the look on his face, he was just pure shock. And he pulls his hands up like this, and he's just standing there. Then I saw him start shaking. And I'm thinking, well, you shot into the ground, scared the shit out of you. All of a sudden, he tips over. And I go running up to him. I go, what the hell? And he goes, oh, my leg. You get me to the emergency room. I just shot myself in the leg. I looked, and just below the holster, the muzzle of the gun, there's a hole in his jeans, and there's a big red spot. I'm going, holy shit, he shot himself in the thigh on the right side, shot himself in the thigh. And he goes, God damn, does my ankle hurt? He says, I think I blew my foot off. And I go, no, you shot yourself in the thigh. And he goes, then why does my foot hurt so bad? And I look down, and there's blood running out of the cuff of his jeans down at the bottom. And I thought, what the hell? Don't worry about it. Just get his ass to the emergency room. Got him in the emergency room, and he wanted me in there with him when they're working on him. They pulled his drawers off. I couldn't freaking believe it. He had a hole in his thigh. He had a hole beside and kind of behind his knee, another hole in his calf, and a hole down by his ankle. That bullet went through his thigh, out behind his knee, back through the calf, and out the ankle.
Unlucky.
And you know what they did for him? They took this frickin' hose and stuck it in a hip wound, one up on his thigh, and they put a IV bag full of saline solution and just squeezed it until it all squirted out the other hole. Then they took that hose and moved it to the one in his calf and did it there until it squirted out the ankle. They dried them all up. Put a fucking Band-Aid on this one, a Band-Aid on that one, Band-Aid on that one, Band-Aid. 4 fucking Band-Aids. These big, round, real sticky fuckers on there. And they said, you might want to get a set of crutches for a few days. They said, as long as it doesn't infect, you're in good shape. You'll heal up. Oh, his legs swelled right up. Both upper and lower swelled right up. He was so freaking miserable. That guy today, I tell you what, you're on the shooting range. He sees somebody pull a gun out of their holster. That fucker's running behind him to get away. Careful, you'll shoot your leg off. He learned his lesson the real hard way. That's so actually he shot himself twice with one bullet.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Problem is most people don't learn gun safety. They're like, oh, I know. They don't listen. You don't ever, even when you're shooting at the range, you take your gun out, you point at a target, and then you put your finger in the, on the trigger. You keep the trigger guard on the outside of the trigger guard at all times until you're ready to pull the damn trigger. And that's the problem with most people. They think it's something you hold on to. Yeah, I got a hold of the gun. I got a hold of the trigger. I'm ready to go. And that's why when people pull a gun out and people that know something start ducking and shit, because you got your fucking finger on the trigger, you idiot.
Oh, you should hear me because I don't anymore. I used to. They would call them, sheriff's department would have me go out and I would do certifications for their officers, They got to get certified. Well, our departments, it's every 2 years they have to go out and get certified. And I hated failing guys because that meant they got put on suspension and they had 3 weeks to retake the certification. And if they didn't pass second time, they lost their job. Yeah. Oh, these guys, boy, they got used to me. I got to know almost all the officers for the 2 counties. But they'd get a new officer, and these older officers would tell them, oh, you want to piss Sty off, break his range rules. And these guys, it's amazing how these guys are cops and they've been through police training. This is just recertification of your shooting qualifications. It's, it's not, it shouldn't be a big deal. But these guys, they'll draw their service arm and they'll take a position and boom, 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 take their shots and they go, and what do you want me to do? I freak out. You ever point that freaking muzzle in the goddamn air like that again, I'll shove that gun right up your ass. What? I don't want to shoot somebody. I said, that muzzle, you shoot downrange, you put that muzzle on the table. You put that muzzle straight down on that table. Make sure to disarm that firearm. And then, once it's cleared, you can put it in your holster. You never point that sumbitch up in the air. Well, why not? I said, if that sumbitch goes off, you don't know where that bullet's going to land, you moron. I said, it could land on Granny's head while she's out there getting the mail. Granny's, I'll get my shotgun. That sumbitch does that to me. But, and they were like, but what are the odds? I said, the person that has a round hit them in the back or in the chest or in the head, that you misfired because you had that muzzle up in the air, not downrange. To that person, the odds were 1 in 1. Don't give me this what are the odds bullshit. That stop and think and be responsible, because death comes out the end of that gun. And we have to be responsible and control it. That's all.
I had to fuss at my wife. We went to a gun safety class, a CPL, to get certified to carry, and she sat the same class I did. Of course, I had all my military training and everything else. And a few years later, I got her the S&P for Christmas. Mm-hmm. Now she pulls this gun out of the thing. She's admiring it and looking at it. One of the first things she does is she points it at one of my adult children.
Oh.
And I looked at her and I says, what did we learn? I says, she kind of laughs it off. And I'm like, no, you can't, you don't ever unload anything. No
such thing as an unloaded gun.
Yeah.
Rule number 1, no such thing as
never point a gun, a real gun, at a person, period, unless you plan on pulling the trigger. You just don't do it. And it took a little, it took some, but she understood, and it's just like, that's how accidents happen. Nobody, in all those cases, nobody intentionally plans on shooting someone.
Right.
It was an accident. It's just, but that accident, with
is an avoidable
brand new gun, no magazine in it. Guess what? I could have had that gun out. I could have been messing around with it before I put it under the tree with her and chambered around by accident, or maybe on purpose, but on accident. Dropped the magazine out of it.
And that's it.
Put it all away. Put the bullets back and everything else. There could have been a round chambered in that gun. That's absolutely true. I had one group of deputies qualifying, and I had 6 of them on the line. They're all, and these are all just stationary, random shots at a target, and had them. The whole idea was, you fire 1 clip, reload, lay your gun downrange, and be ready for the next series. What I did was, after they shot their first series, that 1 full clip, 8 rounds, they're all using M&P shield, shield M&Ps, just like the one I got, 9 mils or 10s, and they fire off their 8 rounds, and I tell them, reload. They reload, and I told them to place the guns on the table.
they all placed their guns facing downrange. And I said, change your mind. Everybody unload, secure your weapon. Everybody's dropping clips, securing their weapons. Place them back on the table downrange. Out of 6 guys, 2 of them, I picked their guns up, slid the slide back, and out comes that round.
It chambered around.
They had chambered around. They had their handgun in full cock position, popped a clip in, it'll automatically close the chamber, and it takes a round with it.
Right.
Well, all they did was drop the clip out of it and say, there, I just put the clip in, I just took it out, it's safe. No, it isn't. It pumped a round in it. The other 4 guys were smart enough, they cleared the chamber on it. Those 2, they put their guns down thinking, it's perfectly safe. Both of them had a live round in the chamber. And and it's kind of rewarding for me. It was to see these grown men blush with embarrassment. That oh boy, yeah, that was kind of dumb. Yeah, it was very foolish. And one of them said, yeah, but I wouldn't have been able to put a clip back in because it's already loaded then. I said, okay, take a full clip. Not the one that you took a round out of, but take a full clip, pop it in there, pops it right in. And they go, you've got a full clip plus one in the pipe. I said, it don't matter that there's one in the pipe. It'll still take a full clip. And yeah, you got to think, I kind of wish I still did that because I used to love going on the range with those guys and catch their little mistakes and stuff, and they appreciated it. That was the nice thing about it is all the officers I worked with, they were just, I had a couple real cocky ones. Oh yeah, I'm so good at the range, and on and on and on and on, and I had one cocky as can be, and I disqualified him, and it was all for gun etiquette. It had nothing to do with his shooting. He shot really well. Oh yeah, Brenda, yeah, I got a lot of family down there, Texas and New Mexico, and I hear from them quite often. Yeah, it's a bigger issue than they want the world to know, and they don't realize this day and age with all the multimedias, a lot of us have friends, family, acquaintances live on the border, and we get to hear from them. And I'll tell you what, I'd rather take it from the horse's mouth than the media. And Sam's nodding her head. Yeah.
I gotta go get something to eat. I forgot to eat today, and I'm feeling it.
Well, I bet.
Yeah, I gotta make dinner. I'm an hour late.
I had a great big cookie, so I'm gonna make it. You haven't done dinner yet, eh, Sam?
No, but it's tacos. It'll be quick.
Well, I'm gonna go then too.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So good night, everybody.
Good night, Granny. Love you,
Hi,
girl.
Granny.
Take good care of yourself. That's the I wish it was quick to your place for tacos. I'd be on my way.
Know, right?
Yeah, really, right?
Yeah. Why not?
Taco party.
Yeah, taco party at Sam's. Awesome.
It's good to see you guys.
Yeah,
Good to see you too, Sam.
Awesome seeing you, girl. I had to get my Sam fix for the day. Hey,
We'll see you again soon.
you betcha. Love you, girl. Hey, tomorrow night, Sty Times, if you're available. Come hang
I'll
out.
be around.
Okay. Love you. Bye-bye. I think with that, guys, we're gonna be wrapping up. You work tomorrow, Phil?
Nope, I am off tomorrow. I'm always off on Friday. It's Good Friday too, so my wife will be off too. But
yeah.
We'll have to play tomorrow by ear.
Yeah. Well, I got Sty Times at 5 p.m. That's 6 p.m. your time, and So I'll be on the system and I'll be watching to see if you post anything, that you're doing anything. So
We do have to set up that therapy session sometime.
we do have to figure that one out, don't we? We could have some fun with that, I think.
We could have a little fun with that one. So.
And that one will have to be. I'll do a little clip of it's coming up on Friday, kind of deal, so that people know days ahead of time to be there, because that'll be worth it. Yeah, I'll cure you. I'm sure of it.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
Yeah, I'll need a shrink by the time I'm done. So, hey, everybody out there in the chat, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. It was awesome. 3 hours of awesomeness. I am so glad to be back. I just, hate being away. And Phil, thank you, man, for coming up.
No problem, man.
I wasn't sure if you're going to make it tonight or not, but boy, when you popped up, yes, sir. Yes.
I always make it. Just one time in the last probably year, I haven't made it once or twice.
Yeah. I'm more guilty of not making it than you are.
I got too many streams.
Yeah. That's it. So until tomorrow night, folks, at Sty Times. And otherwise, I'll see you guys Sunday night for Sty Story Sunday. We're back on schedule, guys. So until then, you all make damn sure to take good care of yourselves, and we'll dance our way out of here.
Keep it spicy.
Keep it spicy on his account and not on mine. Bye-bye, folks.